The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions.
Panther fans unite! My name's Tony Dunn. Cody Lashney, how you doing? TK's in the house. How you doing, my friend? The Stat Daddy.
But I think Derek Brown, hey man, he deserves that dab on him pick.
Dab on him, Phil Snow. Dab on him.
All the same, yeah, 100%. We can just
Mine is going to go to the fullback. I'm going to dump on the Richie guy. Dab on him, Shaq.
I'm going to put the towel on Matt Rule.
Y'all took all the good ones.
Only one postgame roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers postgame show.
What is up, Carolina Panther fans? The Panthers have won 23-10 in what is an interesting win. So interesting. I'm eating pork rinds and drinking red wine because it is time that the Carolina Panthers pulled within one game of the lead in the NFC South because of Sammy D. Dimes in this defense. And boy, oh boy, do the Broncos stink. You thought we stunk. They stink. Stinky. Cody Lashney, I don't know if I should be excited. I'm happy.
Hell yeah, you should be excited. Why shouldn't you be excited, man? One, bump the Broncos, dude. That's revenge for Super Bowl 50. DJ Moore was putting my man Patrick Surtain in a blender all game long. Our defense was purring. And hey, baby, feared the beard, baby. Feared the beard. Sam Darnold feels like he's got a new energy. He's running the offense in rhythm. And I personally think this is before the start of the season, when we envisioned what we wanted the Carolina Panthers to be. This was the team. A run-first football team with a passing attack that would take shots when necessary. Tony Dunn, you know I'm pumped. And you already know that it's lit in the chat room. We already got 105 people. And you already know we're going to do it with the best fans and all of YouTube. Our man Drew, Anthony Price, Blind Panther Vlogs. That's Joey. What's up? Just Don't Care. Lawrence Trevette, Michael Johnson, Muscles Marinara, Pad One Panther, Panther Pickle, Sarah Taylor, Shane Reed, Smells Like Blue, Tim Estes, and the Supreme Leader Z, Tony Dunn. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. The Panthers got that W. Let's roll.
Are you muted?
Yeah, I was muted. You give Cody Lashney a Friday night off and a Panthers W, and this boy comes out excited, bro. He is a hot to trot.
Fear the beard, baby. Let's do it.
People asked for Brian Burns. They said, is there a game that he's taken over yet? Well, folks, I think today was it.
Yep.
Brian Burns played fantastic. Jeremy Chin making big plays. What's wild is ultimately Russell Wilson had nowhere to go half the time. He just looked, I mean, at times he had time and he just couldn't, just nothing to be found. The Carolina Panthers put together arguably one of their most complete games, if not the most complete game of the season. CK, we were in the simulation last night, and It was not as one-sided this way. The Panthers dominated today.
Not
Yeah, so it was not as one-sided in the Madden simulation. It definitely took an L on predictions based on last night, but I don't think many of us are going to be complaining outside of the people who really want a higher draft pick. But man, I tell you what, it's good to get a big win, and quite honestly, it was a blowout. We won by 3 possessions, even though people are going to look at the scoreboard and say this is only a 2-possession score. They were gifted a touchdown in the final few minutes of that game. So the Panthers were able to do an incredible job of reining in an offense that was already pretty bad coming into today. But I think the biggest surprise is how well this offense was able to run against what many people were telling us was top 3 defense in the entire NFL. And they made them look like
Pedestrian.
they made them look
Pedestrian.
pedestrian, made them look average. I'm not going to say they looked horrible because we didn't put up 30 or 40 points, but we didn't need to. Sam Darnold came in here. He looked sharp. He was efficient with the ball. You might look at his numbers and say that he had some incompletions. Some of those were drops that were not even a drop. That one beautiful pass to DJ Moore on the second pass of the game that DJ just couldn't get his feet down for. He was sharp for the majority of this game. I was very impressed with what he was able to do. And this offense surprised the heck out of me.
When he wasn't sharp, you could understand it's just a lack of kind of just rhythm and reps to a certain degree. Is that there were just some things you maybe wanted to anticipate a little bit more quickly, or just kind of. But like, I think about this is that was one of the best quarterback performances we've had on kind of a spur of the moment. We gave Baker Mayfield time. Sammy D comes off the injured reserve. Greg, I hope you're feeling better. You were on the injured reserve this past week. Coming off of the injury, Sammy D, boy, should we be excited? Should we just be thankful, happy? Where should we be?
I think we should be a little bit excited, to be truly honest with you. And, in between, from the beginning of this game to watching this game in the cave with all the fellas, and then we took the break, and then I'm coming back here to do the show, I kind of had an epiphany, and I feel like I'm going to go with it. I've been watching Game of Thrones. I've been sick all week, been down all week watching television, watching Game of Thrones. They do crazy shit on that show. So I'm going to do some crazy stuff right now, and I'm going to say that after the win today, because I don't care how it is, after every win, I feel good. Even if I say I won't feel good after a win, I feel good after a win. We're going to win the division. We're going to have a home playoff game. I'm saying it right now. We're going to win the division. We're going to have a home playoff game. We're probably going to lose to Dallas, but I don't care. And then after that, if I have to pledge my allegiance to Matt Corral, after that, I will do it. That is the direction I'm going. I like this feeling of winning. Even at the beginning of the game, I was like, a win's not good for us. I mean, I was with y'all, telling y'all that win's not good for us. Right now, I don't care. I would rather have this feeling right now 4 or 5 more times this year. And so we're going to win the division. I'm saying it right now.
Wow.
I'm down.
Yep.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
down. I'm down. This division's so bad, Tony.
Yeah.
It's 2014, man. And that's literally what the Panthers did. We won our last 4 games. Like, I already see G Baby in the chat being the naysayer. Before you come in here and say, oh, the Broncos were terrible. Yeah, they're a bad football team. But guess what? That's what you got to do. You got to get victories against bad football teams. And then on top of that, if you look at our schedule, we don't have a bunch of opponents that we have left to play. The Seattle Seahawks have cooled off, and we already have the best. We have the best record in the NFC South right now, man. We're 3-1 in the NFC South. So there is no reason why the Panthers shouldn't put their head up and continue to fight. Steve Wilkes has already confirmed that Sam Darnold will indeed be the starter after the bye. Dude, we're rolling right now, man. Yeah. There's no reason why we.
How could he not be after today's performance?
He has to be, and I want to say by saying
he earned it in one game.
Yeah, well, I want to say by saying this, I'm not saying that Sam Darnold's a world beater, and Sam Darnold is so much better than everybody else. He's the best quarterback we have on the roster. He's better than Baker. He's better than PJ, but he's not that much better. But either way, even in this game, what CK was pointing out, the way this team's playing, Pickle was pointing out the way this team's playing, this right here, I'll take this right here any day. And once again, I've got to temper my expectations. It's right off the win. We did just play Denver, who's also not a good team.
No, they're terrible.
Okay?
We've beaten
But
the Falcons.
We
We've
don't
beaten
have
the
good teams left to play the rest of the year. There's nothing saying we can't win 4 or 5 more games. If we win 3 more games, we can win the division. Realistically, 3 more games. 1 more
This
game
is
and
a
we're in the
division
lead
right
in the
now.
division. Yeah, 1 more game and we're in the lead in the division.
So pathetic.
Yeah.
Atlanta,
3 more games and we could be up.
loses. Atlanta loses today. Tampa Bay loses today. I think New Orleans is either getting ready to play now or tonight.
They're playing now. They're
They're
playing.
going to
San
lose
Francisco.
to the 49ers. I mean, I don't want to get overly.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. But look,
Yeah,
listen. How about this? The year 2022 for the Carolina Panthers is bipolar. We don't know if we want to be excited about Bryce Young and CJ Stroud or if we want to compete for the division, dude. Like, it's that.
We'll
crazy
be
in
excited
the
for
NFC
them.
South.
We will be excited for them if we're picking them. But right now, we're
Right.
excited about winning this game, I think. If anything, I hate to say this. People are going to make fun of me.
Say
People
it.
are
Just
going
do
to
it.
make fun of
Just
me.
do it. Just do it.
Giving Sam Darnold an opportunity with a line that is not awful, not
Go.
horrendous, that is good. Like, they are better than he is. Giving him a running game. I felt like this is like, is Sam Darnold going to be the guy who saves his career out of all of this? Think about this. Is out of all the people who were trying to save their careers, Robbie Anderson, see you later.
Out.
Now, not even do anything with the Cardinals. Baker Mayfield, see you later. PJ, kind of, see Matt Rule, see you later. Is Sam Darnold going to be the one that comes out on top of the scrap heap? Him and Deontay Foreman?
What a world we live in, man.
Yeah,
What a world we
it's
live in,
nuts.
dude. It's
It's
crazy.
Also, the
It's
Jacksonville Jaguars are about to beat Baltimore.
Yes, I picked that one in my pick'em. The number is 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this game. Were the Carolina Panthers that much better than the Denver Broncos? Or, I mean, did they go out there and win this game? Are the Broncos just that bad? Should we be excited about Sammy D? Deontay Foreman killing it. And I got to tell you, Jeremy Chin and Brian Burns continue to remind us. I think one of the reasons why they didn't trade Brian Burns away, it was his game. I think this was, and maybe I'm just basing it off of a sack and a strip. But
No.
this was a game where I felt like Brian Burns turned the table. And also
Yes.
Jeremy Chin made a tremendously important third down stop.
yes.
It was like third and maybe, I don't even remember what the down and distance was, but he stopped him a yard short. They had to punt. And that was when the game was still really, we're trying to figure out who was going to take the advantage at that point. The Carolina Panthers offense had not found a way just yet to click. You know, the running game wasn't just beating them up just yet. You needed that stop from the defense. So we want to hear your thoughts on this game. Who are the winners? Who are the losers? What do you think about Sammy D? And is it crazy to drink red wine and eat hot and spicy pork rinds? I don't think so.
Neither
on
of
a
those
day.
are ever crazy. Yeah.
Not in
I
this
think this
therapy
is-
session.
Perfect for
Can-
today's show.
Can I say real quick before we move on to about that Brian Burns situation? I do want to go ahead and put out there an apology to Brian Burns. At the beginning of the season, I crowned him as the king of almost. Brian Burns is now the next jersey that I'm going to buy. He has taken the crown
He's
off. He is not the king of almost. He is an elite player on that level. He's shown me enough to do it in enough years. He just passed the 10 sack mark this year. He's the guy I want to build around in this future. I want Brian Burns to die a Panther. Well, not die a Panther, but die his career. Die a Panther.
Live a Panther.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, that's why I like
live his
live on
career out
this
as a
hill.
Panther is what I mean. Yeah.
No, dude,
So-
I hear you loud and clear. And listen,
Yeah.
it's so funny that earlier this year, this was the debate: is what is Brian Burns worth?
Right.
Are you going to trade him away for these, a haul of picks that the Panthers have never gotten before in their history? Nothing that rich, never 2 first-round picks. So it's like, I mean, you really had to decide if you were going to build around Brian Burns as a pass rusher going forward. And I think today, listen, a lot of things happened today. Not only did Brian Burns prove that he is a premier player in the NFL, and he's still getting better for us, regardless of how many years he's been in the NFL. Brian Burns is a game changer. And I think we also can say this. J.C. Horn is better than Patrick Surtain, baby. And
100%.
everyone who disagrees in the chat
100%.
can fucking stay mad about it. J.C. Horn has not allowed 1 touchdown, and my man DJ Moore was out there cooking his ass, boy. That's what I'm saying, dude. Our team, they had their bravado showing, man. They were feeling some type of way, and they went out there and they put the smack down on them, dude. I think Jared Chin proved how important he is to this defense. Like, now that you see him back there flying around, the dude is incredible, man. I mean, he really is those guys are the building pieces that you're going to build your future Carolina Panthers around. Now, I'm going to end this little rant with a question to all of you guys and the chat room. Again, I know the season's not over, but right now, Steve Wilks is undefeated at home as the coach for the Carolina Panthers. So do you think that today Steve Wilks and this performance made the case that Steve Wilks should be the coach next year?
I said that in the game that I am behind Steve Wilks being the coach next year. I still am standing behind that. After that bad loss, I said that I might be wavering with it, but I'm behind it, man. The way this team has played, the way they've come together, the way they're looking right now, just with him, the juice in there, this guy is the guy. He can, with the right players, can be successful. And I would like to see Steve Wilks be our coach next year.
CK, take it.
I mean,
I'm going to go last on this one.
Yeah, I think Steve Wilks, as if the season ended today, deserves a shot at being the head coach of this team. I think there's plenty of time left to go, and we don't have tremendously difficult opponents coming forward. So if he doesn't look like he's got this team playing at a high level against some, less than, like he did today against a bad team, then that's, then I don't think that it's just a case in point on that. My question then becomes, if you are choosing to move forward with him as your coach, do you have to continue to interview other candidates? Is there a requirement for that at all?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think
and honestly, that could be the downfall of the Rooney Rule right there.
No, I think is because he is a minority candidate. I wonder I think promoting from within if you have a minority candidate gets the job. I don't know if they would have to do anything. My answer about the Steve Wilks thing is that I believe that he is a competent and capable head coach in the NFL. And if we are going to choose a guy that is on the defensive side of the scenario, that is, you pick a guy that is of the Dan Quinns, of the Ron Riveras, of the Steve Wilks, then you're damn right he deserves the job. I do think there's a legitimate question to say that you just want to consider a different style of coaching, like going and getting an offensive coach, like what type of stability that potentially could bring you in a different way. But I think that clearly Steve Wilks shows that he has the ability to lead, right? To be that Ron Rivera, McDermott type of coach.
Right.
So if that's what you're ready, if you're ready to put your money on that type of horse and that type of game, then yes, he definitely should get it. He should be just go ahead and give it to him. But I do think there is something to saying that we want to get a guy that could beat Kyle Shanahan that can survive his coordinators leaving.
Right.
I mean, I think that's a reasonable conversation to have. Whether or not that wins out, we just got to decide if that's the case. I think at this point, what we're going to be doing is saying this is Sam Darnold a guy that you're going to have to bring back next year? And I know this is just one game, but we're going to need a veteran guy, at least in camp,
Right.
that you're going to say can start in week 1. Now, if Matt Corral or whatever heir apparent beats them out and you just go, oh, we're going with this hot superstar, then that's one thing. I think it's a little much to just say, oh, we're going to draft this kid and everything has to go on them no matter what, whether or not we're good, bad, indifferent. So that'll be interesting. Who is the veteran? And I think that Sam Darnold, with no reps, played incredibly well. But I think the wild story today, guys, Cade Mays at damn
At
fullback
fullback.
over and over. Like, what in the world?
I
This
like
team said, let's
I'm
run
into
the
it.
ball, baby.
I'm
We're gonna
into
put
it.
all offensive line. They should have put can you check in an offensive line at quarterback? And him just take the snap and hand it off?
doubt
Why not?
it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, you can have a wide receiver take the snap directly, and you can check in as a wide receiver. I don't see why you couldn't.
Let's rebrand the Wildcat as in just the
Wild
hog. Yeah, wild fat. Yes. Exactly. Just the hogs are in. Holy cow. 252-228-5098. Darnold was not flawless by any means.
No.
No.
You
Played
know,
a slightly better game than Mayfield and PJ put up.
slightly. I felt like it was far better.
Well, far
Well, I mean,
better. as
PJ's
far as
had a
results
good
go,
game.
but it's just
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Go,
You're
no,
right. I
like,
mean, sorry. I'm
slightly
only
better.
thinking Baker.
Yeah, Baker has, outside of one half of football against a prevent defense, Baker Mayfield has never put up the type of performance that Sam Darnold did today, or that
Actually,
PJ Walker had done in one of his.
Darnold missed a lot of throws too.
But
So
I'm talking
I
about
wanna-
the full game. I'm not talking about. He did it
We
in the
were-
half of the Cincinnati Bengals too, right?
No reps.
We were talking about this in the man cave. I want to delve deeper into this. First, I want to thank people that have been donating to this show. Second of whom is your bastard son, White Chocolate Espresso, who said, "Why is this guy who won $600 sad? Because if he could have won $1,300, if Andrews would have had 11 more yards and
he didn't get it.
Oh, condolences.
All right, we thought you had it.
Hey man, dude, $600 is not a bad day though, you know. So
No.
hey, absolutely. And Panther 95, he says people tried to tell us Surtain is better than Horn. Are you out your damn mind? Dude, JC Horn, every single game that goes by that he's healthy, I think JC Horn is a premier shutdown corner in this league, man. I think he was the best cornerback in that draft between him and Patrick Surtain. And remember, Surtain went one pick later to the Broncos, who literally picked right behind us. So, hey, didn't give up any touchdowns, has still yet to give up a touchdown. I mean, how about our young guys in general? Look at Kwanu. Like, we are running the ball and passing the ball. And Kim started out rough at the start of the year, but now he just continues to get better and better. And he's looking like he's going to be that long-term left tackle for the Panthers, man. We have a lot of things, weirdly enough, coming off of Thanksgiving to be thankful for on the Carolina Panthers, man. There are some semblances of hope moving forward.
Let's go ahead and get into a couple of calls, guys. The number is 252-228-5098. We want to hear your thoughts on this game. Are the Carolina Panthers in the hunt for a real wildly, not wild card, but wild playoff appearance like that 2014 where you get to host the game too? Imagine them hosting a team like the Giants or the 49ers. What if it's the 49ers again?
Oh, that would be crazy.
Oh no, it was
man.
the Cardinals. It was the Cardinals. We did
But no,
host the
but like if we
49ers
traded
one
away
time.
Christian McCaffrey, what if he comes back to Charlotte?
Yeah,
And,
but do you remember? I think Kaepernick came here in a playoff game one time where we started somebody and he did the button-up Cam thing, and Cam wasn't even playing or something like that. Somebody get in the chat will help me. The number's 252-228-5098. Let's go ahead and jump into these calls, Cody.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
Come on, where are you, Joey? I can see your face in my phone.
he can't see
Why aren't
yours.
you playing? Oh gosh, well done. Of course. Every time. Not every time.
Wow, what a great call.
Well, great.
Beard, the beard, baby. That's all I got to say.
Hey guys, it's the growl that makes them howl, aka Joey the Blind Panther. Yeah, sorry I haven't called in the past two shows. Last week's post game, I was on the train coming back from a freezing cold M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where we fucking shit the bed. We should have had that game.
Yeah.
I had gone to DC to watch that because I wanted to go to Baltimore. Well, I ain't going to Baltimore and taking my implant off. So I just went to DC and explored and went up to Baltimore for the day. But, and Tuesday I was in my hotel in DC with some thin ass walls and I couldn't really say what I wanted to say without everybody hearing it. So, yeah, that game, the game against Baltimore that I went to, sucked dick. But this game against the terrible Denver Broncos, who I never liked, I always thought they were a dirty ass team, and they were not much different today. I really wanted to beat them, and I'm really happy that we did. Sam Darnold, you heard that right. Sam Darnold actually had a good game, and I know the numbers are different now, but at one point in the game, he was 11 out of 19 with 100-something yards passing. I mean, dude, those look like actual freaking quarterback numbers.
That's the same numbers that Baker and PJ put up, 50% and 100 yards.
That whole game was super cool. It was a home win outside of our division. Yeah, dude. It was awesome. And yeah, we need to go win a road game, but we have actually been doing very well at home lately, which is amazing. Anyway, guys. Wow.
So what is Greg? Yeah, I was going to ask you, what is your response to that?
Well, it's just he said at one point he looked at it, he was 11 for 19 for 100 yards.
Well, that was his inline. His inline is 11 for 19, 164, one touchdown. He also had a rushing touchdown though too.
No, you mean a
Right.
rolling?
And honestly, that's
Sam
numbers.
Darnold. Best Sam Darnold touch. That was the most iconic Sam moment ever.
It
Right,
just rolls into the end zone. It was beautiful.
And I don't want to take away from Sam having a winning the game, but realistically, when you look at those numbers, that's kind of minuscule numbers. I mean, he didn't turn the ball over, which is different. But we've seen Baker and PJ put up the same kind of numbers: 164 yards, 50% passing, and a touchdown. We've seen them put up the exact same thing.
So
now,
then
I still think Sam is the best of the three. I just hate when people.
No.
I guess hate on Baker or.
We need to hate on Baker. I understand that, like, when you look at the stats, I understand, Greg, when you look at the stats right across the line, that they're not head and shoulders above anybody by any means. In fact, they're still pedestrian. But when you look at stats in a vacuum, they also don't tell all the story. And the one story about this is the Carolina Panthers were up the entire game, and Sam Darnold only had 70 yards passing at the half or something like that. So not only did he put up pedestrian numbers, but he put up pedestrian numbers in the first half, but even ahead, he still got more momentum going forward. Right. He got more energy in the passing game in the second half, even though it wasn't a ton. It was, and they were ahead. This isn't like Baker throwing 40 times, not 40 times, but I mean, he only threw the ball 19 times. And not that's like I'm just saying, like, usually, like, if this was that PJ Walker game against the Rams, imagine if you were up 7 points against the Rams. And in fact, I think we were in the very first quarter. We didn't throw the ball at all. So I think Sam Darnold was effective for being like, he had no snaps either. Is that far different look. The eye test had to tell you it was different than Baker.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. I just don't want it. It's funny how the difference in a win and a loss is. It's like I was talking about last week. Like everybody's trashing Baker for a loss last week, but if you go back and look at his stats are almost identical down to the number with Jackson's. And nobody talks about how bad.
But he never put together a drive. Today, Sam Darnold, even though he made some real mistakes, too, like he did some things like taking a sack or whatever it was, the intentional grounding. He got one of those.
No, he didn't. He threw it away, and that was a smart play. He didn't get intentional
No,
grounding.
they called the flag on it, right?
No.
Yeah, they didn't say that Ian Thomas was, right? I'm pretty sure
that he avoided a sack. He did that was very smart. Yeah, Baker Mayfield's mistakes were very limited today. Like
Sam Darnold, you mean?
Sam Darnold. My apologies.
I'm pretty sure he got a intentional grounding call early in the game.
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're trying to watch 3 or 4 games at the same time. But but I do think this is that Sam Darnold is like, if he can get a little rhythm behind that offensive line, man, that is interesting. But CK, and right when I was going for the CK talk, this kid comes up. I just wanted to talk about the Baker, the Baker.
Can I just say some more good news? Matt Corral is out of the walking boot, baby. The future is looking good. Let's go. All right, that's
CK. Before we get into the next call, I did want to mention that. You remember when we were getting hype in the sim last night?
Yes.
Yeah, the turnover, and then Sam Darnold fumbles on the goal line.
Yes,
he did that today,
but it didn't turn out that it's. So the funny thing is the things went our way. Outside of that, fumble on the punt return by Blackshear,
Darnold,
and I mean, think about this, guys. Like, this would have been, outside of that fumble by Blackshear, this could have been a shutout by the Panthers if it wasn't for that fumble on that punt recovery that allowed them to have the ball within the with a pretty, within 30 yards of the field of the end zone. But yeah, I think at this point in time, it's hard to look at this. I mean, and Greg, we were, all of us were in what we call the man cave watching it together. And Greg was, he was doing what Greg does, which is he's not going to buy into anything until he sees proof. I think he's like many Panthers fans. He's ready to, he's tired of accepting mediocrity until he sees consistency. Right. And so he was saying the same things, that he's saying now, which is doesn't look. I mean, he's not. The stats don't tell a different story than what our energy is saying, right? But the reality of it is when we watched Baker play, there was 3 quarters out of the 7 or 6 games, however many games he's actually played, where he looked like he could do something. The majority of everything else was nothing. Right now, 100% of the snaps that Sam Darnold has taken as a Panther this year with this offensive line, he looked competent. I cannot say that for Baker. There is not a single game Baker has put together an entire game that looked like he was competent and that he was raising people up. And this is against one of the best defenses in the entire NFL.
And to add to that, one of the reasons why I never liked Baker Mayfield as a player is because he was just so inconfident behind the line of scrimmage. Even when he has a pocket, he's dancing around looking to escape. I think if you look back to early last season when we went 3-0 with Sam Darnold as the starter, like you have to think about it, man. We were able to get on a roll, get the offense rolling. I think Sam also proved he's a much more mobile quarterback than Baker Mayfield is.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day,
Well,
Greg,
we all knew he was more mobile, but that it really does help.
yeah, dude, people were making fun on Twitter calling him Sam Newton. Like the dude
Oh,
does have
gosh.
legs. You know, he does have
He
legs.
does.
And
He does.
and the ultimate thing at the end of the day, and I said this to Greg in the man cave, the trump card to all of their numbers being similar is that PJ Walker and Sam Darnold have managed to get victories and they've managed to make the team look good. Baker Mayfield has not had one start where this offense ever looked competent enough in the moment that we needed it. And to me, I really do think he's played his final snap as a starter in the NFL. And dude, how crazy is it that now we're talking maybe Sam has potential to kind of save his career here? As
That's
like
what this
maybe
was, though. Like, think about this. Last week, we said the same thing about Baker, right? Baker came out and shit the bed last week. Now, it wasn't, again, we were defending a little bit about what Baker looked
Did
like
not
last week.
save his career. How about this? We don't even gonna say what he did. That's the one thing he didn't do. He didn't save his career last week.
And Sam Darnold came in here with a tremendous amount of pressure on his shoulders, right? He's coming in here with this first start of the game, first start of the season. He's coming in here with I think it's a lot of pressure. I think he's coming in here realizing this was his one opportunity to show other teams what he's capable of doing. Now, you can argue that he didn't necessarily do that, but when you think about what he did against one of the best defenses in the league, I'm more excited about what he was able to do than what I saw of the mistakes. And even the mistakes were so limited. And it's such a small sample size. They didn't need to ask him to throw 30 times. But the reality, because that's the case, it's going to make those throwaways when he was making a good decision to throw the ball away instead of taking a sack, right? It's going to impact that completion percentage that you're looking at, Greg, way more because he's not dropping back nearly as much.
CK, I praise your wife because I could not be married to you because you always like rebuttal me with a logical argument. And like, there'd be no way to win an argument because what you say always makes sense. I'm like, well, damn it. Thought I had a good point. Yeah, he raises a good point. Not saying you're always right, but damn it, he raises a good point. You can't ignore that.
So are you two? You two are Twitter spouses now, just like me and Tony are. Apparently.
Yeah, that works.
Because I'm his
YouTube
is your Panther wife apparently.
YouTube bitch. That's what you are.
And I want to make this clear.
I'm on top.
G-Baby.
You're on the bottom. You're the bottom. You're the
Hold on, I'm about to apply, but I
that?
think this is probably G-Baby's call. Here's the thing that's wild about this season. And thank God that this storylines. Imagine 2023 wasn't a good year for the Carolina Panthers, but I'm trying to make 2024 a better one for myself. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including keto options, calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip that overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/C350 and use the promo code C350 to get 50% off. That's code C350 at factormeals.com/C350 to get 50% off. This is that in a year that our podcast, for me, I've been very proud of like a lot of the groundwork we put in for so long that it's starting to show in people subscribe. You know what I mean? Like just the numbers are finally starting to make me a little, and now, anyway. And then you go through these ups, you get a Baker bump. We got the Baker bump early in the year. You know what I'm saying? That helped. Anytime you put Baker's name in the title, people are watching. There's this following. You had all of these things going on, but the losing threatened to really completely sap this momentum of the show. And then right now we got 243 people because there are the most wild storylines in the background, like you brought up, of Sam Darnold being the one person out of all the group, out of all the people. Like, we could have drafted people on this team who could have saved their careers. And I don't know if many people thought Sam Darnold was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
But this is the wild part about it to me, Cody. When Baker came here, I said this: Sam Darnold has the physical skill set that is better, right? Like, he's mobile. He has the arm. He has all the tools, but he's a head case. He is scared. He is this and that. Baker, on the other hand, doesn't have everything perfect, but does everything good enough. But what he has is the kind of bravado, the
confidence.
Yes, he's not broken. And the irony that has turned out is that Baker actually looks mentally broken. And now Sam Darnold is actually confident? What?
It's the beard, Cody. I'm telling you, that beard has added to Sam Darnold's bravado. He feels like a man by that line now. You have
Holy
to
cow.
fear the beard, baby. And you know what else we fear? We don't fear, we revere the people that donate to the show. You know, we love these boys. Our man Steve Halger says, yes, guys, enjoyed the show with the $9.99 love bomb. And then Sacred Gaming. Sacred Gaming coming in with the $5 says we got to keep this O-line together. They are starting to grow as a unit. Keep pounding. I'm loving this O-line. Everything that we're doing, man. And Tony, you're right. Moments like this, it gives us a jolt, man. Like, listen, if we were in the NFC East and we knew that there was some, undefeated team or like only a 2-loss team in our division, then yeah, we're like, okay, we're dead. But that's not what the case is, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not a great football. The New Orleans Saints are not a good football team. I don't know what the score in that game right now is. And the Atlanta Falcons are never trusted entirety of their history. So even though our record is bad, why would you not pick moments like this to rock with your squad?
I'll tell you why.
How about this before you tell us why? How about this? We are one blown call and one missed field goal away from leading the division by one game.
And we're one missed field goal. Did you say one missed field goal?
One missed field goal. One missed field goal and one blown call away from leading the division by one game. Right?
Is the blown call the DJ helmet?
No, the blown call. No. Well, no, the blown call is the Cleveland
Browns
game, the first game, and then the missed field goal is in the Atlanta game. We win both those games.
What was the call in the Cleveland game again?
The fake snap they didn't call and the phantom roughing the
passer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
I'm always gonna rock with my team, bro.
I think this is his call right there. So you asked, why should you not? I feel like the next call, I don't know who it is, but I have a feeling it could be G, maybe. Because I can see these little transcripts. They're not always accurate, but I'm telling you, I think this is the reason why you shouldn't be excited.
All right, G.
He's probably going to roast me.
The Carolina Panthers make me fucking sick.
Yeah,
they make me fucking sick. Like, what are we doing? I just don't understand. What are we doing here? I mean, if we're going to fucking trade away all of our best players, can we at least lose these fucking games and tank the right fucking way? Like, my God, we went from pick 2 to pick 9 with one win.
That's why you might as well join
really
the crowd, baby. Go for the win. It's done
we
now.
go from picking in the top 3 to pick 9.
And that dream's over.
The same fucking shit. Every year. Every fucking year. Getting these fucking wins for team morale for what? To not go to the playoffs and not to go fucking compete for a championship.
He is wrong. Gee, baby, you're wrong.
Unfucking believable, man.
Well, we're not going to compete for a championship.
Going into the bye week at pick
Yeah, but that's
9,
not even the point.
which means
You're gonna get in the playoffs. and
all
get
these other teams, if they win,
gangbanged in front
It
of
does-
or if they
Dude,
lose,
It
while
doesn't
we're on
matter.
our bye week, we can drop to out of fucking 50. We can drop from 15 to 20.
Well, if we're in the 20s,
That
we're in
is
the playoffs.
absolutely
Yeah.
insane to me. This whole process is insanity. I mean, yes, we beat the fucking Broncos. I hate the fucking Broncos. They stole Cam Newton's fucking championship.
Then enjoy
But
it,
what does this
G.
win do for us?
Yeah.
A
The Bucs
lot.
You're depriving yourself
Dude.
of,
No,
of
they didn't.
pleasure here.
Bucks
The
did.
No.
Saints are going to beat the Raiders. Let me see. Did the Bucs
Nah, they're
win?
playing the 49ers, bro.
Someone tell me on the panel.
No,
I know
they
the last
didn't
time I
win.
checked, they were in overtime.
Yeah, the Bucks
Bucs
lost.
They're still in overtime, so they could
That's the
possibly
thing,
tie.
is there is.
Oh my fucking god!
We're two plays away from having one game
Shout out to
lead,
the
man.
motherfuckers I was on the panel with on fucking Friday, man. But goddamn,
Yo.
I don't.
Read that
I'll be
right there.
calling back.
Read that right there. Read that right there. That's our quarterback,
there.
baby. His name is Matt Corral.
Oh
Look,
my
dude.
goodness.
So
I'm
do you
telling
think we
you,
see Matt Corral this year if Sam Darnold
No,
goes bad the rest of the
no.
season?
He's not even close,
I
bro.
mean, listen,
Like,
we
he's
don't
a
even
whole
have to
year
do
away.
that. This is what I'm saying. Right now, Zach Wilson was benched, and they put in Mike fucking White. Okay,
Oh, and slayed it. By the way, he slayed
now
it.
you're gonna tell me that Matt Corral in the future can't be a Mike White? Fuck out of here! You've only seen
Well,
him.
Mike
in
White
2
did one game. You
preseason
guys are
games.
such one
What do
game
you-
wonders,
what do you
bro.
need a
You were
quarterback-
like this about
What? You don't
PJ
even know-
after
you
one
don't
game.
even
You
know
were
what
ready to make
quarterbacks
PJ
you
a
want.
damn.
You
No,
don't
you
even
were
know
ready-
what quarterbacks you want. You know what? Is CJ Stroud or Bryce Young?
I don't
Well, guess
want
what?
Mike White.
We're not picking number 1 or number 2. The point being is that we don't even know what kind of talent that we have in Matt Corral. And if we're able to get some W's out of this season, then next year you might be a little bit closer to knowing if you have a real talent. I mean, dude, and this is what G Baby never factors into it. Our division is trash. They're bad. You have to win your division. Who's gonna come forth and win the damn thing? Tom Brady
Cody is
looks
at it
old
like
as
he did not
fuck.
want us to tank 2
Tom
years
Brady
ago.
is old as fuck. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not good. There's no reason why the Panthers
CK,
couldn't rally against
Oh,
these
yeah,
bad teams and win.
will you shame him and then shame the crowd after? Because I really feel like he deserves a shaming.
There's
No,
Trevor
I'm not going to
Lawrence.
shame. Hey, listen, I'm not going to shame Cody for coming over to our side here. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Get him.
I'm not going to shame him for
Oh,
realizing where he
stop.
wants to go.
just
Like,
Get him.
tankathon just 2
Get him.
years ago.
Right.
Yeah, there
Tony,
was a
but
Trevor
here's-
Lawrence.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Cody or Tony. You and your wife are in an argument, right? She wins most arguments, right? Right? She wins most arguments. But guess what?
Oh, yeah.
One argument has been going on for a while, but all of a sudden she admits, you know what? You were right. Are you going to sit there and say, I told you so? I told you. Or are you going to be like,
Yeah.
I'm happy that I won this?
Yeah.
All
That's a
right. Well,
perfect
that's why you
example.
don't have
Great
marital
comparison.
problems.
CK,
That's
that's
why
why I
you
couldn't
don't
be married
have
to you, damn
marital
it.
problems.
That's why I couldn't do
And
it.
Greg's over there trying to marry you on this show
Yeah,
tonight.
dude, CK is your one-stop shop. He's your marriage
No,
counselor.
I would have been like, I fucking
Dude, he
told you so.
conducts-
And
he
Cody
conducts your
was
Madden
king
simulation.
fucking tank, and now he's like,
Yeah,
oh,
there was a Trevor
we're the-
Lawrence in that
we're
draft.
the Gipper.
There's no Trevor Lawrence in this draft. But you know what? CK is a one-stop shop for Madden simulations, marriage advice, post-game day. But already know what he's the king of. And they've already been asking for it in the chat, Big Papa. So don't make them wait anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, Panthers fans, maybe Broncos fans, maybe fans of other teams that we don't know. You've come here to maybe enjoy a little therapy session, but not a bad one. Maybe one to talk about the successes of your team, to talk about what you've enjoyed seeing from the Carolina Panthers as they come away with a big-time win against the Broncos. You come in here week over week, maybe multiple times a week. Maybe you watch all of our VODs or Madden simulations, but you haven't hit that thumbs up yet on this one? I have one thing to say to absolutely every one of you. Subscriber shame.
245 people watching, 93 thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell so we can whoop up on that ass of the YouTube algorithm just like the Panthers did to the Denver Broncos today, baby. Hey, you can be mad that we busted the tank, or you can just be happy that them Panthers got the W today. Either way, interact with the show, comment underneath. Tony, what was next?
Next call.
Hey, what's good, C3?
Oh,
It's
optimism, man,
JD864
from
calling in.
JD from
11 minutes
Hawaii.
left in the fourth. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty damn good win for the Panthers. Happy about it. Oh, Panther Nation is happy about it. But I wanted to speak on it. I don't know if you guys want to touch on it. But a lot of people are talking about how Sam needs to get an opportunity behind the O-line. You never know, right? Like, this is the best O-line he'll be behind in his career. And I'm honestly shocked. Sam has looked pretty damn comfortable out there. Like, he definitely looked more comfortable than Baker looked behind the damn O-line. But run game is going, so I figured that was going to be the game plan for the day anyway, right? Run the ball. Don't ask Sam to do a whole lot. And, hey, it look like we about to get the dub. So that's all I wanted to say. Appreciate what you guys do. C3,
JD.
keep pounding.
Appreciate it, brother. Two words for you. 2 words. Franchise tag. Next call.
Hey, it's you again. Don't listen to the game again. Can't watch it. It's annoying. Everyone wanted to put on the Atlanta game. So, we win. Sam Darnold looked pretty good from what I was hearing. Couldn't see him play. 164 yards. Dante Foreman getting over 100, and DJ Moore 103 yards, which means our rest of our receivers had 61 yards. But I'll take a win as a win. And against the defense of this quality, I'll take it any day. Sounds like our corners stood up, and Russell Wilson not looking so good. So, looking forward to hearing you guys on the podcast, what you think, and looking forward to the bye week. Keep pounding.
Hey, did everyone catch that on the sideline when the defensive lineman for the Broncos got up in Russell Wilson's
yelled
face?
at Russell Wilson?
Yeah, it was screaming at him, dude. I bet that entire locker room hates his ass, dude.
Yeah. Dude, he fell off a cliff.
I feel like it's the nice guy that always just has to say something. I don't know. I bet that guy probably wishes he didn't scream at Russell Wilson, because when Russell Wilson was probably like, "Hey, keep your chin up," and he was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! You always happy, dude," and then walked up.
Think about it like this, though. This is how your sure bets, like how much they mean in the NFL. If at the beginning of the season we would have gotten Russell Wilson, wouldn't y'all have been going nuts? And I said this in the man cave. I'd have been going nuts. That would have been crazy. And maybe with us, he would have done better. But if we would have traded for Russell Wilson, which was a sure bet, and he would have done this, then I mean, what can you do? It is never certain what's going to happen in the NFL. He stepped off a cliff this year.
We would have been set back decades.
Yeah, easily.
And how about that? Denver doesn't even have their own. Yeah, the Denver, they don't have their first round pick.
G baby, you go back and you will never see me tell you that I wanted to trade multiple firsts for Russell Wilson. Not a single time. I didn't want to do that for Deshaun Watson. I didn't want to do that for anybody. I refused to give that much draft capital away for one guy. Especially coming out of Seattle, hearing what we've heard about him. I wasn't. If we could get him for cheap, sure, I'd be happy with that. I would have been happy with that. But every team in the entire NFL would have been happy with trading for Russell Wilson. So the idea that you're pointing me out for wanting Russ is absolutely hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
I would have. I think the drop off is kind of stark, to be honest. I don't know what to think about it. I also hear myself echoing somewhere.
Yes, I hear an echo too.
But I think this is more stunt. Now it's gone. Yep. I think it's more shocking the way that this is unfolded. I don't think Russell's done entirely in the NFL.
Man, he's got some legit players around him. He's got a good defense. He's got some good receivers. Like he should be playing
I think
better
it's
than he is.
overrated. I think CK's been all night trying to tell you they're the top defense. I don't know if that's really true.
They're listed as one of the top defenses.
Right,
I told
right.
you guys
I mean, but
on Tuesday that I don't know that that's the case because
right.
they've been playing from behind, and so defenses, their defenses it's similar to last year for us. Like people were saying, we were the number 2 defense last year. I think the Broncos probably have got a little bit of the same this year when you look at it from that. Yeah.
But
they're
but
they're like they got so many injuries on all like only have one starting offensive lineman. You know, they have no receiver. Like so, I'm just not ready to say a guy's career. People did this about Aaron Rodgers a couple of years ago, and they were like, "Oh, he's cooked. It's over." And then he comes back and wins the MVP and had 3 more good seasons. So I think some of that's that way. I don't think.
How
Russell's
about this?
done,
He's a Broncos.
but he does.
So fuck him. I hope he never throws for a first down.
I always
ever
hated him,
again.
dude.
Yeah,
I feel weird that I feel sorry about him.
I hope he never throws for another first down ever again. I hope the Broncos stay in perpetual and never get their fucking quarterback woes fixed. And I hope it just sticks on them forever, dude. Because of that Super Bowl, I've never been so heartbroken by a football game in my life. I hate the Broncos. I hate the Broncos way more than I hate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I fucking always have. Fuck them. Fuck Russell Wilson. And I think they get what they deserve. How about that? Greg doesn't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't like
brothers,
Russell
how y'all
Wilson.
doing? G. Cavassier. Man, I'm so motherfucking happy, boy. Woo! Did y'all see that game? Defense is playing good as hell. And this is crazy. What I'm about to say, y'all thinking it. Y'all just ain't saying it. I'm going to say it. Sam Darnold played his day on fucking ass off, man. He did. He played a damn good fucking game. And I can see him playing out the rest of the season. I really can. I really, 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 really can, man. That was a good ass fucking game. Our defense came to fucking play. And what about Deontay Foreman? 113 rushing. Oh, I believe he got a touchdown too. That boy was fucking balling. Hubbard, who I really don't care for, he had an all right game too. I think he rushed for like 60-something yards or whatever. DJ Moore got involved. Ian Thompson got involved. Our damn defense, man. I was kind of scared with Brian Burns, man. He was limping and shit, way threw down his helmet. I was like, damn, please don't tell me he broke an ankle or some shit. Which that shit should have been a flag, but oh well. I counted twice, 2 times. It was a delayed game for the Denver Broncos, but they only called it fucking once. But I don't give a fuck. We tag on 1, man. 4 and 8 or whatever, man. And next week is a bye week. So, hey, y'all, give me your thoughts on that. Keep pounding, baby.
I think he's riding that same high I am right now.
And also, can we talk about that penalty that what should have been a penalty when Brian Burns damn near got his ACL snapped in half? Like, do you know how lucky we are that Brian Burns wasn't hurt on that play, man? Like, that was such a bullshit cheap shot. I wish that they were across the board on how they decided to protect players, because the amount of protection that they gave to Russell Wilson on the dumbest roughing the passer call that I've ever fucking seen, and that no call with Brian Burns, dude, these referees are idiots, man. They're idiots.
Let's go to the next call.
Hey, Pimp Nation, got dub days, JJ. Yeah, so I'll probably show out to one of these Friday free for all. You're gonna have to tell me how to join one of them, because fortunately,
just have a phone.
I've never watched one of any of that. Sorry about that, even though I am a big fan. Oh yeah, Tony, you wanted to end my call when I said DJ was a god. Listen, chill. I know he ain't the best, but he's definitely a proven receiver. Just put up 100 yards and a touchdown on the best cornerback's head top in the entire National Football League, so it's okay. Panthers win. Let's go. Keep pounding.
I like it.
I don't know that I would put Surtain as the best corner in the NFL.
He is a top though. He's in that conversation. I don't know if he's the best, but he's up there.
They like to use the same stats that they use to tell us that J.C. Horn's the best.
Yeah.
As you play on a shitty team, you didn't.
He is the best. He is the best.
I think Horn's better than Surtain. I mean, if you want my opinion,
Well,
just
maybe
based
I
on
think
what I
they're
saw today.
comparable. To be honest, is I think
They are.
that
They
blah
are.
blah blah. How about
They're
this?
both
You're
great
right.
Surtain has
Yeah.
actually been like. I mean, I just don't need to shit on Surtain to make me feel better about J.C. Horn.
Okay.
That's
You
my
know who
one
did shit
point.
on
Jordan argument,
Surtain? DJ Moore shit all over Patrick Surtain. How about that? He did him dirty. His shit is shit all over.
I don't
him
know, like
today.
that one. Look, so one of DJ Moore's big catches was in zone coverage. So I don't know if you just go, "Oh, that's
The
Surtain."
touchdown was against.
These excuses.
Yeah, but
What
dude,
are we
that
that
right
was
now?
also kind of like just a great pitch and catch at the same time. Was that
Right, but you can't take away from
Surtain set
Moore from
being
that.
on
like?
that.
Did he?
On that.
No, actually, I think Darnold dropped it in the bucket more than anything.
Yeah, but he
But
was
I'm just
also
not
in
saying
the,
this is I didn't
Surtain
go,
had him in
"Oh,
press man
Surtain got
coverage.
cooked."
But he did. DJ had Surtain was in press
And
man
that on the
coverage.
touchdown,
Yes,
kind
on
of got a
press
little
man
rub.
coverage.
There was
No,
a little
it doesn't
rub
matter.
there.
DJ was able to separate on him, got away from him, and fucking got the ball, dude. I'm telling you, we have the two corners, and DJ Moore cooked his ass, dude. I'm telling you, I hear nothing more of it, dude. We have the better corner,
I just
and
don't
DJ
have to
fucking cooked him.
see. This is the stupid. This is
Fuck
that
the
crap they
Broncos.
argue, CK in that creator chat, like nonstop.
Yeah.
Like, but how about this? Is fuck that. Well, actually, I mean, I'm not trying to shit on my own players. I love these. I like J.C. Horn, but Sauce Gardner right now could be the top corner in the league, bro. That might have been that dude. Rookie
JC over Gardner. How about that? What's up?
Shit.
You're my YouTube
I don't
bitch.
know
today.
about
What's
that,
up?
man. Because like I said, I had to look at the stats. I know Gardner's really good. I know Surtain's really good. I know Horn's really good. I think Tony's coming up with a Jordan argument. Anybody you say is better than Jordan, everybody automatically thinks you're talking shit about Jordan. You're not. You're just saying you think this guy's better. Not saying this guy's not good. I just think this guy's better. So and I can agree with that.
I don't think you have
Horn's
to say
better
one
than
or the
Surtain.
other, though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, why is it that one has to be better than the other?
Because one's a Carolina Panther. No shit.
Well,
Duh.
and also
Found
you
it, baby.
drafted that one. That's it. Like if we would have drafted Surtain, you would have been like, and imagine the other people.
No,
being like,
I
we still would have had a great product.
Dude, y'all can go back and look at my film breakdown that I did on this channel. That was my number one corner, and he has potential if he's not showing it already. He's the very best cornerback in the NFL. And yeah, you're damn right he wears black and blue. That's why I support this man.
Surtain has exceeded expectations, though, for many people.
Fuck
he turned out to be a lot better even better than some people thought he was going to be. Like the naysayers even believe that. Next goal.
Broncos suck.
Hey, and I gotta say one thing to Russell bitch ass Wilson, bro. You son of a bitch. You fucking square. Hey, you need to get a divorce, bro, because ever since you got with fucking Sierra, your career has been an absolute asinine trash shit, bro.
Hey, you know what, though? I would take
QB in the
that
fucking
trade
entire
any day
NFL,
of the
bro.
week. I'm sorry, I take that
And
trade.
I'm calling out CK's bitch ass, bro, because you were the same motherfucker that was clamoring for the Panthers to go trade for fucking Russell Wilson.
I might have said
But
this.
they're gonna give you on
like
the on
multiple
Cam Newton and act like he
first.
shouldn't be in the league, motherfucker. Your fan card is revoked, motherfucker. I'm taking your fucking fan card.
All right, let's talk about this real quick.
Out of here, CK.
Yeah, take it.
Let's talk about
Russell
this.
Wilson, go check your DM when you hit that airplane,
I'm ready to talk
bro.
about this.
If you don't check that, then I send it to Sierra. I sent one to your fucking wife, bro.
What?
Go check that
to
shit,
Sierra?
dude. Go check it.
He's about to get a restraining order against him by
And
Sierra, dude.
motherfuckers
He
want
said he sent a
shit on
DM to
Cam
Sierra, bro.
Newton.
Dude,
It's fucking
hey,
crazy.
dumb as
If
hell.
Denver has a QB, we don't win this fucking game. What did Denver do?
Hey, baby, have you ever had a fan card?
If y'all get excited and y'all fucking go do your fucking little ish.
Hey, let's
You know who the fuck this is? It's G, baby, and I better hear some good shit on the fucking panel, bro.
I gotta
need to
talk
hear
about
something.
Here, brother.
And I don't want to hear nothing. Oh, we beat their ass. Cause did we really? Because it was a close game all
Yeah,
up
we
until the
beat their
third quarter.
Oh, nah.
So what did we do this game? Someone
G
tell me
Baby's
no
more
point where they
what did
blind.
this win do for Carolina?
to
Now we're
beating
at
us
pick
today.
I
9.
love G Baby. See, I think I'm G Baby's biggest fan out of all 4 of us.
So hold on,
But we
I gotta
beat that ass.
Yeah. So first and foremost, did I really have him
Good
say
one.
that he's taken my fan card? I haven't heard him say a positive thing about this team for 5 fucking years. This dude
Yeah.
comes in here and he's negative in every single possible way about the Carolina Panthers, and my fan card is revoked. I have been optimistic in every turn about what this team can be or what it's possible to be. Ask any good fan out there, they are going to be positive about their team. They may not be overly optimistic, but they're gonna be like, we have a chance. And this is exactly what I'm doing. I did the exact same thing for Baker at the beginning. I told, and if before we traded for Baker, not a single time did I said we should not have traded for Baker. And I think many teams would have wanted to trade for Russell Wilson. I probably did want to trade for Russell Wilson, but I never once said that we should give up what the Broncos gave up. Never once would I tell them that. You can ask Cody, Tony, or Greg. Every time anybody's asked about us trading, I do not want to give away picks. I do not want to do that. I don't want to trade up in the draft and give up multiple first-round picks. I don't want to give away an entire draft pick worth of picks. None of that. I am not going to be giving away the farm for a guy like Russell Wilson. Could he have come in here and did the exact same thing and ruined things? Absolutely. But I am not going to have the one guy that I would claim to be the least passionate fan about the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, you can't say. Wait, that's not the right word.
No,
Not
I'm saying
least passionate.
I'm saying he is not a. He is an anti-fan.
Optimistic.
He is an anti-fan.
Hey, how about this?
He's like an anti-hero, but he's an anti-fan.
All the players balling out right now for the Carolina Panthers, all of our young guys that have superstar potential, G Baby has wanted to trade them fucking weeks, including this man right here, Brian Burns, who's got 53 total tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 10 quarterback sacks. We ain't even done with the season. 17 quarterback hits, 2 passes defended, and 1 forced fumble. G Baby is not in position to be revoking the fan of any damn body, let alone anyone on this fucking panel.
G Baby passionate, man. I think you guys. I think pessimistic. One thing.
If he brings that
Passionate,
energy, he has to take
another
it.
thing. And Brian Burns really got the double digits finally.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man. I took the crown off him tonight of the king of almost. He is the guy now.
Well, double digits is finally what he needs, is because, and this sucks for the Carolina Panthers. No offense, guys, but as we did not, and this is where you see, you guys always sometimes, or not you guys, but people sometimes are it's like a little sleight of hand with G Baby's passion and aggressiveness. But there are like underlying good points in the shit. You know, like he's always
what about that
got
did you
this.
think underlying good points, Tony? Like, what do you think about
No,
him
with the
on
trading?
Russell Wilson?
No, not to, but like when we were talking about the Brian Burns thing, is now look, Brian Burns finally hits 10 sacks. He's got 4 more games to go. He could be think about this. He could go out there and be a 14, 15 sack guy by the end of the season. It's not out of the realm of possibility now that he's hit the 10.
You get to 17.
We have
by the
passed up the draft picks for him, and now it's time to sign him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now it is far more expensive. Sorry, like now he's not the king of almost anymore. He's the king of 15 sacks. Think about that. Like, I mean, really, he has the opportunity to have 2 more games like he had today. And that puts him in the 13, 14 range, but then you get a cheap one at the end, or you make a playoff game. All of a sudden, boom, boom, boom.
But who else are we
he
even
does
paying
cost
for?
a lot more.
But,
That's all I'm saying is that's
You're
then
gonna
it
have to
becomes
pay-
a question. It's
You're
like,
gonna have to pay. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay good players. But at the end of the day, that's what the NFL is. My question is right now, look how many young players that we still have under contract on defense, man. We're not gonna have to we're not paying. We're paying a bunch of dead money to players out here. But once we get that off the book, we have the picks. All we need to be able to do is draft well and sign our free agent picks, and we'll be good, man. Like, even if
the
you
only
pay
money
Brian
we got
Burns that
sunk
type
on
of money.
defense is Shaq Thompson right now.
But
Though.
we're also not paying.
Like, you can say
quarterback
dead, but
money.
I don't believe that. Like, I don't think we. I mean, we might have some, but it's not on the defensive side of the ball at all. I'm just saying this is all of a sudden you're now going to shift the salary cap. That's fine. You know, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but
And
now,
it won't kill us.
like it would have, if this is what we were going to do anyway, if you said we're not going to trade you, it would have been awesome to ink the deal right then with Burns.
Well,
Before
no,
he
because
went out and
but he
before
would have
he
never
went out.
done that, Tony. Like, it would have been
Yes, he
nice
would
to do
have.
it.
He could go.
No, he
Not
wouldn't.
anytime
No,
you
he
give a
wouldn't.
player,
But
live.
not if we came out
3
and
games
gave him
ago.
like no. Let's say if we gave him top 5 in the league, like the 5th highest rated defensive lineman. Yeah, maybe we would have liked that. But no, he's betting on himself. And by the
Yeah,
way,
and
look
he
at
should.
the numbers. And
He
he has
should.
no reason to. He has no reason to not bet on himself. And he knows how bad it would be for the Panthers if they didn't trade him away, didn't get any value for him, and then you just let him walk out the door. There's no fucking way. He's betting on himself right now, and that bet is paying off, man. Like he has gotten better and better. Every year he has been able to do more and more than he did the year previous. And I think that it's on us to acknowledge that. Like, imagine if you were able to get some more edge pressure on the other side. And Marquise Haynes has looked good. But if you were able to put someone else on that, now all of a sudden Brian Burns is a nightmare if he has more guys that are rushing with him. I'm
Or get a good
fine
middle
that
linebacker.
we did, yeah, and that we did not trade the Brian Burns for those picks that wouldn't have even counted this year anyway.
Yeah.
Let's
Boom,
go to
my
the
God,
next call.
motherfuckers.
What up, C3 Panther podcast fan? Alex Delgado calling from Cali, from the West Coast, the best coast. AL4 Panthers. Great win today. Great dub against the Denver Broncos. You love to see it. We hate the Broncos over here in the West Coast. We hate them. Panther fans. Did I not call it, Tony? I know we talked on Twitter. Did I not call it?
Oh, the fake punt.
Fake punt.
He did.
Went and scored on that drive. We're a game back. I'm telling you. Obviously, we're still in the playoff hunt. Got to keep that positive mindset. All right, guys, keep pounding, fellas.
I mean, he's right there with me. Yeah, he had the same belief I did. And look, it's like I can understand where G Baby's coming from because, like I said, even at the beginning of the game, you're at this tipping point where you realize that a win today can take you from 2 to like 12th in the draft. That it can either launch your franchise in the future based on what you have right now, or set you back 10 or 15 years. But you've got to make a decision at one point. And I just made that decision.
That's what G Baby's upset about.
Right. But the best choice is right now, the best option is we have a better shot at winning the division than we do at getting a top 3 pick.
Yes.
That's it. We have a better shot at winning the division than we do getting a top 3 pick.
No.
We win 3 more games.
But now
yes, we
that we won
win
this
3 more
game,
games
yes.
against very winnable teams.
No, but if we would have
win the
lost
division
today, like we should have,
we didn't.
Right, and
ultimately.
we win 1 more game, we're not getting a top 3 pick. That's what I'm saying. We win 3 more teams out of 5.
I mean, he's right and you're right. Is
Yeah.
that like we're not gonna get? And this is that the idea that you think, who cares if we make the playoffs if you just get your shit packed
You have to
in?
play one game at a time. Like,
No,
if
I'm
we
just
get
saying
hot at
this
the end
is
of the
like
season, then that's when we get hot.
making the playoffs. If that's the only goal, then you possibly
Only
have.
one team wins the Super Bowl, though, Tony.
I understand.
Like you got to make
That's
the playoffs to win the Super
whole
Bowl.
goal
So
is to make the chip, though.
That's the next
But if
step.
you can't, like, if you really don't think that your team can even be in the same dance on the same dance card as the playoffs, then you just kind of, it's like almost being the person that is being made fun of. They don't know it. They're at the party. They were invited.
Well, look at it like
That
this, Tony.
guy.
Let's say we we do win the division, okay? We go on a 5-game win streak, win the last 5 games, okay? Or 4 of the last 5 games. And we're averaging 24 points a game, and our defense is number 2 in the league. Does that not look like a team that could
that's
maybe
not.
make a run
First
in
of
the
all, your
playoffs?
defense will not even be close to number 2 in the
Why
league.
not?
You got to
By
play
then, 5
Philly
games we're
and
playing right now,
Cowboys
why wouldn't it be?
defense.
We just held
Like,
team to 3
I
points.
can name 3 defenses that are what are the best defenses in the league?
I'd have
First
to
of
go
all,
look
I
at
would
it.
say
All I'm
49ers.
saying is it's possible. Like it is possible
made
for
the
that to
top
happen.
2. That's crazy.
Dude, the Giants.
I just
won-
would
the
think
Giants won the
this
Super
is that
Bowl as a
I
wild
just
card
think of
team.
who you have to beat in the NFC. You're gonna have to beat Philadelphia. You're gonna have to
They're
beat San
beatable.
Francisco
Oh,
49ers.
you scared over there? Poor baby, man. Dude, rocking with my
No, I'm not
fucking
scared.
squad,
Just
dude.
realistic, bro.
Whatever,
I
man.
mean,
If we end
wait,
up, if
I'm
we
you're
end
the
up
tired of
getting
losing.
hot
dickhead.
I just
This
at the
is
end of the
Cody's
season,
the
that's my fucking squad. Fuck Philadelphia. Fuck anyone in the NFC, bro. If the Carolina Panthers get hot, I think we have just as good a chance as any if we're able to keep on doing what we did today. You play
this
one
is
game
why
at a time.
Mm.
I'm not thinking about the draft. I'm not thinking about playoffs. I'm thinking
Oh my
about the next
gosh.
fucking game. We
CK.
have a bye
Yeah.
week, and then we're gonna go and play a bunch of teams that ain't shit. It's
just
like,
telling
dude,
you.
we have been
Can't
so
handle it.
fucking bad for 4 years.
Look, he's
We
like a
have to
different
take every
person.
we have to take every fucking opportunity to cheer for our squad when we have a chance to win something. Everything is on the fucking table. Quit acting like a bunch of fucking pussies. Let's go. Keep fucking pounding,
I'm with
damn
Cody.
it.
I'm with
What's
Cody.
up?
I'm tired of losing.
What's
I
up?
felt good. I felt
I
too
said
good
that
winning.
shit
I'm with
my
Cody.
chest.
Yep.
Here's
What's
what I'm
up?
going to tell you. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You guys ready to screen grab this? Whatever you got to do. The Panthers will win the remainder of their games until they lose one, and then they'll win the remainder of those games until they lose another one, and then they'll
Yeah.
win the rest of those. And I'll be happy with every single fucking win we get. Like
Fuck
I
yeah,
know,
boy.
and here's the thing: is you can say that some of these teams aren't beatable. We've seen them lose handedly to some people that they have no business losing to. You know, you see the Eagles almost lost to the Colts, who are in turmoil.
Almost lost to the. Oh, they did lose the Redskins. That's right.
You
yeah.
look at the Vikings; they
I'm
lost.
married, bro.
They were destroyed by the Cowboys. And listen, I'm not saying that we're gonna win. I'm not saying we're going all the way. I'd like to see that happen. I'd be happy to see that happen. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna enjoy this ride as long as I possibly can because this season's almost
That's
over,
it.
boys, and we're back to be back in
4
purgatory.
wins.
Tony, you're
You-
doing all
you-
this shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Oh, what if this?
No,
if
let
this
me tell you
happened?
this.
Oh,
Let me
what if
tell you
that
this.
happened? Oh, if we
You,
drafted
know
you
that
can't
what
win the
Cody-
lottery if you don't buy a ticket,
on him.
Tony. You can't win the
Yeah,
Super Bowl if you don't
that's
win the
what I'm saying.
playoffs.
Cody
That's the next
just
step.
gave us this speech. He gave us this like you're either one of us or you're not. Do it for your
That's
country.
what it
Do it for your
is.
country. Don't do it for yourself. This is what got an entire generation of Frenchmen killed as they told them to jump out of that trench and run at those machine guns. Don't
It's
tell
also
me
what
don't
won
pee
the
on my
Revolutionary
leg,
War.
Cody Lashley, and
It's
tell me.
also what won a lot of wars. I'm just saying.
I'm not French.
Same
I'm
shit.
American,
No,
motherfucker.
this
Let's
guy's
go.
sitting here trying to
Stars
tell
and
me that
bars.
I'm ridiculous
You are.
because I don't want to. No, I'm sorry.
You're
No,
my
you're
wife.
unrealistic,
I'm the papa of the
bro.
house.
I'm not saying
How
you're
about that?
ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not saying
He's
you're
being
ridiculous.
Yeah, you are.
unrealistic.
No, you're contrarian.
The
just
thing
to be
is,
I just
is
think
that
look,
Cody Lashley has probably never won a bet against me on this podcast.
Oh,
He probably
what
still
are you
owes me
talking
like
about?
$40 in
Oh,
$5
now you're
bets.
just making
Tony, look
shit
at Tony,
up.
look at it like this. Play the odds, okay? We have to lose out every game for the rest of the year and have things go the right way for us to be a top 3 pick.
When was the
Or-
last time a
or-
team that had a
or-
losing record won the Super Bowl?
Or we have to the Giants beat the Patriots.
There's a first time for everything.
But did they really
or
have a losing record? Or I thought
they were 7-9 or 8-8. One of the
or
two.
were they 9-7? Oh, look,
Hey,
all
They
right.
were a wild,
Tony,
they were a wild card team.
it's not a foregone conclusion that we're going to have a losing record.
Right. All I'm saying is, do you
That's what I'm
think
saying.
the odds are better?
Yes,
Tony,
it
You're a bad
is.
fan. You're
Tony.
a bad
There's no
fan.
way
Look,
we have a
it is
winning
what it
record.
is.
is
It's
there a better shot
impossible.
for us to lose the last 3 games, last 5 games, and everything go right for us to get a top 3 pick, or us to win 3 more games and win the division?
We have 5
Like,
games.
what's
left.
a better chance? Yeah.
What do
just
we
need
have to
win
do
3
to have a
games,
winning
and
record? Is it
realistically,
go?
we could
Is
win
it
the
win
division.
all of them?
If we win all of them, we're definitely win the division. 'cause we
No, I
play
mean, like,
division
what
opponents,
is
yeah.
like? This is just lunacy. This is like a drunk person saying, "I'm okay to drive."
It's drunk math.
That's how y'all
Yes,
are
It
acting.
is drunk math. That's for sure.
You guys are acting like that. Is like, oh, I'm fine. Just let me drive. I'm okay. I do this all. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. And
Yeah,
what is
you're
the
acting like
record?
a coward. Let me tell you what we got coming up.
Every game is
Seattle,
Howard.
Every game is winning.
Seattle's not shit. The Pittsburgh Steelers,
Thank
they are
God
not
Cody
shit
can't
this year.
drive.
They fucking suck. The Detroit Lions, well, yeah, they're good. Now they're starting to look better, just like
No,
us.
win out.
Tampa Bay and
Panthers
New
winning
Orleans,
out.
fuck them
Sam
folks. We
Darnold.
smacked them
Love
already,
it.
dude. There is no one in this division that is more worthy than the Carolina Panthers to win this division. And yeah, I lay my cards on the table. I believe in Matt Corral. Tank for any of these would be fucking quarterbacks in the draft, and
It's
none
not
of them are Trevor
tanking.
Lawrence.
It's just we're not
None of
gonna
them
win.
are Trevor Lawrence. No Trevor Lawrence. And yes, if there was a Trevor Lawrence,
Thank
I would
God.
still be wanting a Trevor Lawrence. But there's not one. So you know what? Why the fuck would we be wanting to lose these games that are all winnable for us? Just for what? For what? And for who? I'm not craving some imaginary timeline where we traded for Brian Burns and traded DJ. Nah, fuck that. I'll roll with my squad.
You're like a drug
Let's
addict
go.
who got out of rehab. This is what you are right now, Cody. Is you're like a drug addict who got out of rehab and immediately smoked fucking meth. Like immediately. You're like, one win? Here we go. Next call.
Hit this pipe, baby.
What's up, C3 gang? It's Tyler here. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Had a fun watching the game today. The Panthers played a closer to a complete game today. The Broncos, man, they were not playing well at all. Defensively, they were playing well for a little bit, but offense couldn't do anything. A lot of drop. It wasn't just Russell Wilson. I think it was a lot of drop passes and players not getting open as well. But played a better game. Defense played well. Burns played well. Sam Darnold played decent. I think, if you can have Sam Darnold not force anything and just be a game manager, run the ball, he take a few shots down the field. I still think Ben McAdoo, some of the calls were pretty bad in the game. There was like a 1st and 20, and he had 2 runs in a screen. That was pathetic. But
Oh, shit. That's my fault. I was trying to prep for the next call. God damn it.
Damn it, Tony.
Fuck it up, Tony.
Sorry, man. I got to do it all on my phone because we're not that cool.
mainly Burns. We're 4-8. Again, that kind of takes us out of the top 2 quarterbacks in the draft. But you know what? You don't want to play that way. And a lot of the top quarterbacks that get drafted don't work out. But again, that's more situational of who they're going to be playing for when they get drafted. But I think that puts us in I'm assuming 5, 6, 7 range. So good defensive player. But we'll see. We could always trade up and get Anthony Richardson or someone like that. But again, I really think we're a quarterback and an offensive coordinator away from being competitive and being a wild card team. But again, like what I saw from the team today, team played better. And I think Steve Wilkes is giving himself an even stronger consideration for a head coach. It's just we need that offensive coordinator, man. I still feel like Ben McAdoo is just not good. But again, he was better today. So hope you guys have a great day. Catch you on the next one. Keep pounding.
Don't worry. Ben McAdoo will not be here next year, regardless of who the coach is. Even if Steve Wilkes is the head coach, Ben McAdoo will not be here. Next call.
Hey, C3, what's up, man? I just want to highlight when Steve Wilkes made that comment during his press conference. He said he challenged stars to be stars. And it's just ironic that DJ had a good game and Burns and Chin. I guess he drew the line in the sand, man. And he called these guys to step up and be stars, and they actually responded, man. And I think Sam Darnold, I think he's worth keeping around to be that bridge guy. Even if we draft a guy, whether we keep Matt Carroll, I think Sam should have the opportunity to be the starter next year behind this line. And he might go up. He might just do some things, man. He might. I want to say it, but he might. But if he played good next year, he might be worth keeping around, right? I mean, he might be our future, right? All right, keep pounding. Thanks.
we were
tag,
kind of.
bro. Franchise tag.
No, we're not paying him top 5 money in the fucking NFL. You're crazy.
On.
No, you're insane. But I do
If you guys
think
don't get it, then you're silly.
no, you probably believe it with how bad your takes have been tonight. So it can't be too safe. But listen, what I do think is that Sam Darnold has a lot of people wondering if he would be willing to take a pay cut and come back and be the backup in Carolina. I know we were kind of talking about that in the man cave a little bit. Look, we have seen a blueprint for Sam Darnold to be successful. We have not seen that for Baker Mayfield, and we have not seen
Are
that.
you gonna say tonight? That was the
start of last season
against a terrible team.
Start of
And
last
you're like,
season.
we've seen a blueprint.
There's no reason why he couldn't be a game manager quarterback.
Hey Tony,
what was your after PJ? Y'all did the same exact shit after
He's
PJ.
a backup.
I didn't do
This
after
is what
PJ.
we're saying.
But
We're saying
Tony.
for him to be a backup player.
What did you see from Sam that made you not want to see him start against Seattle today?
Sam Darnold?
Yeah, what did you see?
I want to see him above the 2 other players we got on our team. Sure.
Okay. So what's the concern?
You just don't
here?
think he's the guy.
Well, nobody thinks
I'm
he's the
just
guy.
saying it's like the reactions that come in here sometimes are so euphoric, right? And it's just like, oh my god, like you can see what Sam can do behind. Look, is that we want to know. No one knows for sure if Sam Darnold had a fair evaluation just yet. Right, is that you had the Jets, you have the seeing ghosts, you got all this, then it comes into a disaster. Like CK and I were talking about on the simulation last night, and CK brought this up, is like this is actually the best spot that Baker has been in his entire career.
Well, no,
But
Sam.
Sam. You mean Sam or Baker?
Sam. Did I say Baker?
Yeah.
You said Baker.
Sorry,
Tony,
I meant Sam,
not
but like is that like the line is better than it was last year.
Right.
He's already had the pressure taken off of him by Baker Mayfield and PJ Walker failing.
But you're making the point. You're literally making the point that we're making.
I'm just not saying that he's. I'm just not ready to give him the franchise tag. That's my whole joke all night.
Right, but okay, we're saying to bring him in as a backup if he's willing to take that requisite cut and pay. And that's what everyone's saying.
Is there not any salty feelings about how we treated him if you're Sam Darnold? One, and B, you don't bring him back as a backup. Who's your starter?
No, I don't think there's any salty feelings because I think as a professional athlete, you've got to understand when you're not performing, people are going to boo you. Period. You are in a performance.
No, I'm talking about not the fans. I'm talking about the way the team treated him and used him basically as a scapegoat. And honestly, as fans, we may have been too hard on him last year.
If my paycheck clears, I don't care. If I can go out there and still perform and prove them wrong, I don't care. As long as the paycheck's clearing and I can go out there and do what I know I can do. You know?
All right,
and I'm sure that's the way a lot of professional athletes are. Shoot, kidding me, man? How much money do you think Sam Darnold made on this game?
Well, first he made $18 million this year, so
he should
$1 million a game. $1 million a game.
He's only played one game this year. It was an $18 million game, and if he plays next week, that game will be a $9 million. Like everything will. He should actually just retire right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
what I would
do you
probably
really
do.
think these guys really feel bad? Like, I'm
Hang
sorry,
it up.
like, this whole
Best
Kyrie
game of
Irving
your
stuff.
career.
Kyrie Irving does not care, dude. Are you kidding me? He's been getting paid $70 million a year for the last 8 years of his career. He does not give a shit what people think about him or what happens.
All right,
to his career,
here's my question. Here's my question. If you're a backup and you can be a backup for the next 10 years as Sam Darnold, or heck, hey, maybe you even play yourself into a starting position with another organization, right? How is there no pressure on you? Like if you're coming in here, this is your final deal. Like this is the final year of your deal, right? You are not guaranteed any more money outside of this year. I know that doesn't I know 18 million is enough to make you think, oh, he's to be set for life. He may be, but he also probably wants to prove that he's none of these. If you want to look at it that way, then Patrick Mahomes might as well go ahead and retire.
No, you're right. You're
Tom
right.
Brady
No,
might as well go ahead and retire.
I
Tom Brady
misspoke.
should.
Not.
Right.
I misspoke. You're right. I misspoke. Not no pressure, but less pressure than the beginning of the season.
Yeah. I think
like Baker took I mean, imagine if Sam Darnold would have been starting with Matt Rule as the head coach. We never traded for Baker Mayfield, and the season panned out as it did. Maybe we're a little bit better on offense. I'm just saying there was a lot of pressure on him, and I felt like Baker coming in kind of diverted some of it. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean no pressure, but I feel like he is more house money right now on himself. It's like what can he make worse right now? He can't look worse than Baker. I mean,
but he can look as bad as he did last year. Like there's so
which was not anywhere as bad as Baker was.
I would beg to. I don't know if you remember last year, Tony. We got really tired of Sam Darnold after that first 3 games.
It was only 3 games.
What do you mean it was only 3 games?
He won the first 3. So what ones were you upset about? He was hurt.
Everything
he
after
went on
that.
IR after that. He wasn't even playing by week 10.
He played 12 games last year.
Yeah, I think he came back and
no, but like Cam won that game in week 10. With them in Arizona. So he won the first 3 games. So at the most, there was 6 games in between. I don't think he played that many. I think he played.
No, he played 12 games.
I understand that, but he came back and played at the end some.
Right. And he
didn't play 12 straight games. What I'm saying is I felt like we got upset with Darnold. Yes, rightfully so, because he made a bunch of a couple of pick sixes that do ruin everything. But we were just upset with everything last year.
Yeah.
Every single thing last year. And I felt like
Sam Darnold was the lowest rated quarterback in the entire NFL last year.
He cannot be rated lower than Baker was this year.
I'll have to go look
There's
at it.
Zero ways.
Sam was rated like the 43rd rated quarterback last year. There's only 32 teams. So Sam had it bad last year.
I don't understand how he can win 3 games. And I know these are different seasons, but Baker, his stats are meaningless then. He didn't win but 1 game with us.
He won 1 game
and the defense did it.
You're right. The defense did that. Baker Mayfield didn't have a negative touchdown to interception ratio though. With the games that he played in, Sam Darnold was like 9 touchdowns to 17 interceptions. Like that is god awful, Tony.
Hey, real quick, Corey Brewery with the 499 says, in my opinion, if we do extend Sam, we aren't going quarterback in the first. This would show that the franchise is going to use him as a bridge or develop Matt. Let's go, baby. I like that. And look, PJ Walker looked good at times this year, and now Sam Darnold has looked good this year. I think they are serviceable.
He looked okay today. First of all, he looked okay. Let's not say good. He looked
That's
okay.
all we need. It doesn't matter. That's all we needed, and it looked better than Baker Mayfield has. Point being, there are now 2 guys that are proven to be serviceable enough in our offense to win us some football games. So I'm all for developing Matt Corral, see what you have in this guy, and continue to build your football. Add another defensive lineman, add another receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round. Then you're just building up and adding to what we're capable of doing.
If Sam Darnold didn't play another snap, I bet you people around the league would be more interested in him as a backup than they would Baker.
Agreed.
So
I could agree with you on that.
Next call.
Hey, what's up, fellas? It's Corey calling in. Real quick, talk about the game for a little bit. Good dub. Always happy to see the Panthers win. And that's where I'm kind of at right now. I'm kind of in a weird place because I don't want to tank. I don't want to lose out every game. Well, I shouldn't say I don't want to. I'm not necessarily turning on the game and just hoping we lose, right? That's not why I'm sitting here, wasting 2-3 hours of my Sunday to just watch my team and hope they lose. And it always does feel good to, see DJ Moore and Brian Burns and stars make plays and, just
knock the hell out of the team and win and play American State. It was good. But at the same time, I don't want the playoffs not a good team.
It's hard to hear you,
clearly
bro.
not a good team.
Come on back.
And, as far as, how Sam was able to manage the game today, that's great. But again, the Broncos are a shit show. They're not, their offense is so inept. It's so bad.
Clearly not a good
bad.
team.
Going
We're
to
almost
playoffs
as good as Baltimore.
not going to do anything for us. Having to pick in the 20s is not doing anything for us. But at the same time, again, that's why I'm kind of conflicted or feeling a different kind of ways, because I'm not really sold on Stroud or Bryce Young, to be honest with you.
Right.
Having the top 2 or a top 3 pick would be great. But I don't feel like missing out on one of these 2 guys is going to be like, oh my God, fuck. Honestly, I know Levis and Richardson, they're way more unpolished and they need a lot more, just a lot more to their game before they're ready for the top 2 guys too. But, I'm not really. If we can stay, keep a top.
I'm sorry,
pick.
man. It's breaking up a little bit. We do appreciate it. It's a very good call. Let's keep going. The number is 252-228-5098.
What's up, C3? It's Anthony calling in again. I just wanted to say this because I forgot to say this in my first call. But okay, I love the energy on the podcast, man. I really am, and I love when my Panthers win.
No,
it's obviously, it's my favorite thing in the world. But I just do want to say this: if you do want to instill some hope in the fan base, Tepper has got to make a big move at quarterback next year, because I'm telling you, when Cody brings up the Mike White situation, I don't think we're good enough to have a Mike White guy play for us. Because the Jets,
we're so jaded.
Yes, we held Russell Wilson to 10 points. But at the same time, they've been scoring 10 points all season. So they're a bad team, I think we do need to figure out the quarterback situation in the future. And I do want to say this. I know everyone's shitting on Baker Mayfield. And I will say this. It has to be a coincidence, because every time Baker plays, the run game is non-existent. You guys can give him shit in Baltimore for the Baltimore game, but Foreman had 11 carries for 226. He didn't have the 180 yards on the ground, the support he got from the offensive line and the run game today.
Thank you.
Sam did. Because I'm telling you right now, like Tony said, Sam is putting up pedestrian numbers. It is nothing special.
It matters when you're trying to judge a person.
These games are winnable when you do have a pedestrian quarterback, because you're playing a really bad team. But, when we've seen what it's like when we play a good team, even Lamar Jackson had the worst day versus us and he still won, just because, our offense is pedestrian, and it's not.
And we were a quarterback
I'm happy
away.
for Sam. I really am. But I do just want to say that, we still need to figure out a quarterback going forward. If that is Matt Corral, I hope he's more than just a game manager,
He is.
That's how you win. You can't win with a game manager. You can't go all the way. There's a lot of things that have to go perfect for you in order for that to happen. So I just wanted to say that. That was part 2 of my call. C3, you're the best. Anthony from Charlotte, keep pounding.
Anthony, look, bro. Respectfully, I could make the argument that if Baker was a better quarterback, the Panthers could have beaten the Baltimore Ravens. And then what's competing? Are they sus? It's not like they did what Cincinnati did, where they just ran all over us and did whatever they wanted to do. That's not it at all. And by the way, if you want a big-time quarterback that's proven something, you only have 2 options. You have Jimmy Garoppolo. Niners might not even come off of Jimmy Garoppolo after this season, depending on how it ends. Or you're hoping that Derek Carr leaves the Las Vegas Raiders and then you pick him up. Neither of those are those big premier talents that you're wanting, Anthony. So if you don't have the number 1 or the number 2 pick in the draft, you're probably missing out on Bryce Young and CJ Stroud anyway. But then there's more. On top of that, if you are that desperate to have a quarterback, there are going to be guys like Will Levis and Anthony Richardson that are going to be those high ceiling guys that you would want available later on in the draft. It's not as miserable as it out to be. And then the final thing is you said Mike White. The Panthers aren't good enough to have a Mike White. Why? Why aren't we good enough to have a guy that
why
can
does
step in,
anybody
that's
give
been
a
on the back,
shit about
and can
Mike
come
White?
up and play?
Why
That's
do
what
you
I'm
think,
saying,
Tony?
like,
2 games, man. Do you remember Matt Flynn? Matt Flynn. I'm probably gonna say that. Isn't that the
right,
guy that
Matt
probably
Corral
has
could be
the?
better than Mike White.
No, I probably said the porn guy name. Anyway, he fleeced the Raiders from the look. Don't get excited about these guys. Who the heck cares about Mike White? 1 game from Sam Darnold.
The argument here isn't
my
that
daughter's
he's going
here,
to
so
be
cover a second.
The argument isn't that Mike White is like a absolute franchise guy. What the caller is saying that we don't have a good enough team for a Mike White to be what he is today, which is a guy who's getting 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, and winning against a hobbled Chicago without Justin Fields, right? There's to each their own, but Mike White has come in here and he has been, in every game that he started, he seems to be like a guy that seems like can elevate the team. But I think the caller here's argument is that this team isn't good enough to have a guy like Mike White come in here and be successful.
Yeah, which, by the way, I disagree. Like, I mean,
Right.
look at what our defensive line was able to do today. I mean, that's that's without somebody on the other side. Look, no, I'm not even going to put them down like that because Marquise Haynes was looking good. Good offensive
cool.
line. We have a good offensive line for the first time in forever. We saw our defense. We saw our defense flying around, smacking people in the mouth, and people are like, "Oh, we have to do something major at quarterback." Well, why? Like, I'm not advocating on behalf of a game manager. I also think that you need a superstar quarterback. It got a lot of traits
I'm so
that are
glad you're breaking up.
potentially pointing him in the right direction, or that are pointing like he
Who
could
is-
be
who
a
is he?
franchise guy. And you have to look at Matt Corral, and then you have to see what you have in that type of player.
Look,
Tony, you've
I
never watched
agree.
a bit of film of Matt
That's
Corral.
the
How can you
stupidest
even
thing
know?
I ever heard.
Look, Cody, I
Like, what do
agree.
you
We
even
need
know
to
about
see.
the guy?
We need to see what's going on with Matt
Same you
Corral. But
do.
once again, when you raised the point before that he was 7th in the draft rankings for
Even after the
Heisman
injury, yes.
after the injury, 7th in the rank of Heisman's after the first 4 quarterbacks in an NFL draft, is there anybody you ever think of? So if there's a guy who's 7th in the ranking to win the top title, which the 7th place medal, I don't even know what color that is. Like I don't even want a
I've
7th
been
place medal.
dominated.
Like
where
I
But
just
Greg,
haven't
there-
seen
there
anything.
are-
Greg,
I haven't
Greg,
seen
Greg.
anything that
examples.
says Matt Corral is good.
Oh, stop, Cody.
This is what no one's hearing
Stop
about
with the
Mike
Corral
White
stuff.
thing.
Stop.
No one
Stop with
was
the
saying that Mike
Corral.
White was a good player. Look at what he's doing.
I
You
for
know
don't
the
what?
give
Jets
a
You know
right
what?
White
Mike
is a
White
bum.
played a good
I will
game
call
against a
Mike
really
White
bad
a
team.
bum right now.
A good game
He
against a
said
really bad team. Let's see
Matt
Mike
Flynn,
White do that
or
against
Mike
a
Flynn,
decent
whatever
team,
the fuck his name was.
or for 4 or 5 games straight.
Yes,
Then you
these
can talk to me.
bums. They're bums. First of
Yeah.
all, y'all stop getting hype on nobodies. Number
Sure.
one, you
Yeah.
still
Hey,
so hype
how you
on
feel about
Shy
Gardner
Smith. You might
Minshew?
as well come out here and be like, Shy Smith should go
Yeah,
to
right.
Canton. No, for real.
Gardner
For-
Minshew's a nobody.
Gardner Minshew put up a full season that was pretty good. So I don't want
So
to hear
what?
like
They
he put
never
up a full
won.
season.
They never won. They never won, and he was never a big time talent. There's a difference between what Matt Corral can do and what
I
a
can say the
Gardner
same thing
Minshew
about your
can
boy,
do.
Trevor Lawrence. He's
Trevor
never
Lawrence
won.
can be a really good player still. I would love to have
Is
him
he
on
winning?
this
You
team, and
believe
so
Is
would
he
it.
winning?
you.
You just said he never
You
won.
know
Is he
what?
winning?
You
Is
are
he
like
winning
the
anything?
least religious person on this show, like the least spiritual, maybe.
Y'all are
religious.
just being pessimists.
And you might be the most religious to your own ideas. You might just pray to
Hey,
your
man.
own ideas to work.
Dude, look, what
I'm
I'm
telling
trying to
you,
tell you is that
it's wackadoo. What
Matt
you were talking
Corral
about is
has that
wackadoo.
potential. I mean, you're not
Maybe
gonna,
he may.
and you're
He
still
may.
missing the
You
point.
know what
You're
time
still
here,
missing the point. You're not gonna go
Greg,
get a superstar anywhere. You might as well see what you have in the guy.
Greg, I have been nominated for like a teacher excellence award
Nice.
several times, maybe like two or three times in my career. I've been teaching for almost 14 years now, 13, I think. If I told you this, I came up 7th in the running for that.
Right.
Which I probably did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, let's be honest, so that's why I'm not coming out here and being like, oh, I'm teacher of the year. But imagine that is you can't say you're 7th in the running for a award that only awards number 1, A, and B, the 7th might as well be the 37th at that.
Hey,
point.
what records did Tom Brady win? What records did Tom Brady win at Michigan?
There are
I
always
didn't need
anomalies.
that. I
There are
never
always
cited his
anomalies.
records.
Yeah, but Greg, there's always anomalies in there until there is one.
So you're but what
Until
I'm saying
there
is
one.
you're willing to bet the franchise on what could be an anomaly based on nothing.
Yeah,
Ain't
but
no one
nobody
betting the
bet on
franchise.
Tom Brady.
I'm talking about seeing what we
Off
have
the rails now.
in a player. And that's why we're talking about Sam Darnold potentially bringing him back as a backup or maybe even a PJ Walker. Like, there is a recipe for this team to win.
Duh.
And if you drop a plus side quarterback in this offense, it can be even better.
You know what, Cody? I
Garoppolo
will
may
say
have just torn
this.
his ACL.
Who?
I hope
Garoppolo.
Wait, who's
Garoppolo towards ACL?
He might have he's still in the game.
Oh, no,
But
that
that
sucks.
defender just landed right on his knee.
Ooh.
That looked rough, dude.
Oh. Well, look, Cody,
Thank
I will
you, G
say,
Babe. I'm with G Baby on this. The idea that anybody cites this game from Mike White as
No,
being
I'm not
anything
going
more.
that far.
You're missing the point
Hey,
completely.
Tony, look back at hold on. Tony, go back and look at his stats from last year.
Yeah. Cody,
Same thing. He had one crazy
Nope.
game, and
he had back-to-back 400-yard games.
right, and
Pee-wee
then
is
he
bigger
shit
than
the
Bryce
bed
Young,
in a
G
game,
baby.
and they never played him again.
Pee-wee is bigger than Bryce Young, G baby.
nothing.
So who's Pee-wee?
Cody, I will say this about your Matt Corral take. I don't agree with you, but damn, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Damn, I hope
I
you're
know.
right, because that is the
I know.
simplest solution. That is the path of least resistance, and it is the one that's going to work out for the Panthers the best.
And the most
I agree.
awesomeness.
I don't agree.
Oh,
But man, if you're right, I will give you props for the rest of your
this
life,
show
man,
would
because I
go
really
nuts.
hope
And,
you're there.
dude, and if I am right, I'm on record, baby.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
on
You're on record.
record,
Exactly,
baby.
yeah.
What? Dude,
How
if
impossible will he
if
be?
I'm
guys?
right, dude, if I'm right,
Yeah, it'll be
you
tough.
Think about
you're
that.
gonna hate me. I'm going to be
Yes,
absolutely
yes.
insufferable.
You know how impossible you will be to even.
Insufferable. You better pray. You better fucking pray. You
Insufferable.
better
That's all right.
fucking
But
pray,
Tony,
dude.
could you not?
That's
Can
awesome.
you see what
So
Greg's
good.
saying though? Like, if Corral does turn out
No,
to
I
be,
mean, I agree.
like that is what you've got to hope for, because
Ideal.
you're not having to reach for a top 10 quarterback. That is, when you look at the records of top 10 quarterbacks, they don't usually work out. They have like a 25%
I
chance
agree.
of being a guy.
I know.
So if you
This
can
is what's
actually,
weirdly appealing about Cody's turn of heel, dude.
Yeah, what's up?
Like, what's weirdly appealing about it is there is a line of reasoning between parallel universes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is threading the needle the right way, and it does come back to Matt Corral. It
I'm on
just
the
comes
front
back.
lines, baby.
Oh God,
I
let's
hear
go.
swing.
Hey guys, Chuck from Losing City, aka Carolina Sports Guy.
What's up, Chuck?
It's so nice to get a win, but you
Look at
got
this
to
guy who
admit,
doesn't know anything.
as bad as we are offensively, Denver is terrible. Rusty Wilson looks terrible himself. On our defense, and as good as our defense is tit for tat. But it is so good to see Denver
Better
suffer.
than theirs,
Since
clearly.
their Super Bowl, them suffer. I still hate that franchise because I feel like the league wanted to get Peyton Manning his Super Bowl. Ron Rivera made some mistakes in that game. Cam was not the reason why we lost the Super Bowl, but I don't want to harp on it. But I'm just telling you guys, It is so good to see the Broncos lose. And I'm not worried about the draft pick because as we've seen through these drafts, doesn't matter if you have the first overall pick, you just have to pick the right player at the right pick where you're at. We're going to be fine. We need a head coach, we need a quarterback, and we need a linebacker, and the rest will fall into place. Keep passing.
That's it, baby. You can see it. You can see the vision.
The
you
equation's
can
right.
see
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. We just have to. And by the way, that's why it's so cool. All we have to do is win one game at a time. Next up, we got Seattle, and we're coming off of a bye, so we get to rest up. We get to get healthy, and yeah, I do think we're traveling to Seattle, right? Yeah, we're we're going to
we're one more home game
I also
left, right?
think that Seattle is like regressing towards the mean, much like the Giants are.
Right. So why should I not believe in the Panthers in that game? Like we're
It's
playing
not
our
that
best
game that's the
football.
problem. It's the three
Which
games
one?
after it that are the problem.
Detroit, Tampa Bay, and New Orleans. We've already beat Tampa Bay and New Orleans pretty handily.
Well, first of
both
all,
them.
did you not like? I'm just saying the stretch. It's not just about every game. Isn't just an isolated. That's a 3-game stretch. That I mean, like, what do you think the best that's going to come out of that? You think you're going to win?
Scared. I'm not
You think you guys are going
to?
Okay, well, put
Why
your
are
money
you
where the mouth is.
scared of
Where your
them?
mouth is. Do you think the Panthers finish with a winning record?
I think we win the division.
All right, let's do it. I got
What are
5
we at?
on
What are we
no.
at right now? What are we at right now? We're at 3
We got
and
5
8.
on no.
What's our current record?
Current record's 4 and 8.
4 and
with 4 games left. So
Yeah,
no, with
4
5
and
games
8.
left. Yeah. So we have to win out to have a winning record.
And I don't believe it. So
I'm
I don't
not saying winning
get
record. I say we win the division, but I don't know. It could be 7 and 10.
I think, dude, I'm looking at Pittsburgh. I see
All right, how about this?
ECW.
If it's a tie, if we push, if there's a tie in there, but I think the Panthers finish with less than 8 wins. And that's less than a winning record. That's more.
So you look at this schedule and you think that the Carolina Panthers lose 3 out
I
of
don't think
those,
they win
5?
4 more games. No way.
You don't think so?
4?
Why wouldn't
No.
It's only 5? It's 5 games that we have.
So you got to win 4 out of 5? I say no.
And every one of them have a losing record outside of the Seattle Seahawks.
Don't care. Do not think the Panthers go 4 or 5 in the stretch.
Who do they lose to on this list here?
Don't care. I don't know.
I mean, I'm asking.
4 out of 5?
If you're making a prediction here, who do you believe the Panthers lose to on this?
The Lions and the Seahawks. I think we lose to the Seahawks, and I think we lose to the Lions, and I think we lose to the Bucks.
I feel like go ahead, CK. I just feel like he's
you're
missing the point completely.
Completely
Tony's missing the point.
How? Let me ask you this. I know you've got 5 on it, and quite honestly, that's not a bad bet for you to have because it is, it's an easy thing to say that we're not going to, right? But the other part of it is when you look at these teams, don't you also see a path to us beating every one of them?
Yeah, but I also see a path of me winning the lottery, dude. But
No,
I don't know how to pick that path.
That's not what I'm asking, Tony. I'm not asking. Do you think there's a small? I'm saying, do you think
it's not realistic?
Okay,
it's not realistic that the Panthers win 4 or 5.
Understood.
That's unrealistic.
Okay. How about this? You, when you say it like that, it's different. Is it realistic the Panthers beat the Seahawks? Is it possible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it possible they beat the Steelers?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it possible they beat the Lions?
Absolutely.
Yes.
No.
We've already beaten the Bucks and the Saints. So when you say that, when you think about it like that, it's possible that we could win all of these games.
I mean, but like that's also like, how about this? What if I said, all right, all right.
You're so butthurt.
No, imagine this is that if I gave you a lottery ticket and I said pick 25 numbers, and I said
you're
pick
talking
one
about
of them.
That's a terrible comparison.
55 billion.
That is not.
number
That
will
is,
win.
that is not
You
the
just
same
said that.
thing
No, I'm just
as
asking
winning
that
the
one.
lottery.
So how about this? If I gave you 5 numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that's actually 6 because the house should get 1. Say that, and I said this, and you said if pick 3. I said pick a number. Greg, pick a number between 1 and 5.
Okay, should I say it loud?
Yeah, say it out loud. Is it possible that it'll win?
Yeah, you got a 20% chance of winning.
Okay. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to do it 5 times. Is it possible that you're going to get 4 out of 5? Yes. Is that probable? No.
You're looking at the difference of probability of winning and probability of being
You
right.
really think the Panthers are going to finish 9
Since
and
when did you
7?
become
Y'all
a math
are retarded.
professor? Could you stick to
Y'all
history
are
or whatever
fucking
the fuck?
the
No,
R
dude, you're
word. I'm
just
not
being,
supposed to say
no,
this.
you're a
You're looking at
Debbie.
chances
No,
of winning, chances
no,
of winning big. I mean,
you're being a fucking Debbie Downer. Hey guys, quit drinking that. You're
All
gonna
right,
hear
let's set.
us. That's what you're
fine.
doing. You have to go one game at a time. And there's no reason going into Seattle with a bye week behind us that I
Fine.
wouldn't have
One on
reason to
this,
believe
but you're
that,
gonna.
that we're going to beat
All right,
them.
let's bet $100 then.
So
I wonder
you're at the
what the
point of-
house.
What's
What
the
would
bet?
the
What's the
house
bet? I wanna
say?
hear it.
Think about
I wanna
this.
hear
If
it.
you were the
Yeah.
Caesar, if you're Caesars and like you're setting the line at this, what is the line? Because what you're trying to really get is the same amount of people betting on one side as the other. That's
The
like
line
how
would be
the
3.5
house.
games. That's
3
what
and
it
a
would be.
half.
3.5 games. Yep.
I think you're right. Three
Exactly
and a
what it would be.
half. What would
Yep.
you take?
That means you have to win 4.
Would you take the over? I'm
I
taking
would.
the
I would
under.
take the over. I would take the over
I'm
on that
taking
because
the
I
under.
think
Oh
I
my
don't think that we're gonna.
God.
I don't think that
4
we're
or
necessarily
5,
gonna win
I'm
every
taking the
game,
under.
but I look at all these games.
Let's do
all
it.
these games are winnable.
We can still win the
all these games are
division.
winnable. You
Let's
want to do it?
the
I'll do it.
house.
I'll do it.
No,
I'll do
the
it. I'll
house.
do
All right,
$100.
we all
I'll
bet
do
against the
$100
house. No,
on right now. 4 games.
Tony, if it makes you, if it tells you anything, I went a couple of weeks ago. I put $20 down that the Panthers win the division on FanDuel, and it's got a payout of $700 if we win the division. I was willing to do that.
I'm not saying it's impossible. What I'm just saying is right now, what is the line for 5 games? And Greg said it was 3.5. I don't think someone said 2 in the
I would honestly say 3.
2.5.
Vegas would
Maybe
never
it's
give you
2.5.
3 because they don't want
What if
that
it's
push.
2.5?
Vegas will never give you 3. They're going to say 3.5. It's the only reason I said 3.5.
Or they
I
might
honestly
say
think 3 is a more
2.5.
realistic look. You know,
Interesting.
there's
We
a really
gotta
good chance
live
we win 3 of these
right
games.
now. We have to be
Wild.
in the moment.
How
Okay, we gotta be in the
incredible is
moment.
it that we're even talking about this?
I know it's nuts. It's absolutely
We're-
nuts. You're right.
It's a bipolar
insane.
team.
All
The
right,
team is
next call.
bipolar.
And pathetic ass division.
Yes, that's true. But you got to
we
take.
don't
What's
even
up,
have
fellas? This
to.
is John from the North Carolina show. Awesome
What
show
up,
today.
John?
I appreciate you guys going live as usual, man. But yeah, man, great win, great team win for these guys. But I posed this question, and Cody, you'll probably remember this. But I talked about when you look at Sam Darnold's age, like I just basically posed a what if question, like what if he develops? What if he turns into something with more things around him that work in his favor? Like if he, let's say for instance, if he had a better tight end, there was a play where Tommy Tremble got chip blocked. And had that not happened, it's possible that he would have scored, with Sam throwing him the ball, but he had to throw it away in the dirt just because of that play. And so it's like, what if he had like a premier tight end or somebody that we, drafted or, defense is already playing well, running game is going good. Like, my thing with him is like, it's not so much that I think Sam Darnold could be Mahomes or anything like that, but what we want is just consistency, man. We want to see a consistent team winning consistently so that whoever is the successor, whether that be Corral or one of these guys through the draft, or it be another year from now, with the quarterbacks that will be coming out that year, at least we have a solid foundation to build upon for that guy to come in and not have to carry the water and then he looked bad. So this was a good win. This is a good thing that we got going. And honestly, I hope Steve Wilkes gets the nod for head coach. I appreciate you guys, man. Keep pounding.
I like that. And you know what I can say from that call? I just came up with the catchphrase. I don't need a Mahomes. I just need a Delhomme. You know? I don't need a Patrick Mahomes. Just give me a Jake Delhomme and I can win a Super Bowl.
Cody, can we just get this?
Come on. My name is Willie.
Can Sam Darnold be him? Can Sam Darnold be Willie Beeman?
I don't think anybody's banking on him being even
Y'all are already all
hold
on
on.
it. I mean, I'm ready to
No.
franchise tag
Don't
him
get
right
it.
now.
Don't get it twisted here, Tony. Not a single person is saying Sam Darnold has proven that he is a franchise quarterback today. Not a single person is saying that. We are saying that Sam Darnold proved more today than Baker did in the entirety of his games.
Agree.
We're saying that Sam Darnold had a more consistent game than PJ Walker has had all year.
I would agree with that. Well,
You know?
yeah,
Hey.
I would agree.
Y'all,
Because
y'all
even
think
the
I'm
game that
joking.
he balled out in, he was shit in the first half.
Now that could
But
be
y'all think I'm
next week. Or in a couple of weeks playing against Seattle, he could absolutely look like garbage. And we're back to Sam Darnold. But right now, Sam Darnold, game one, he's earned the right to be able to have another opportunity, and I think that's
agree.
what we're saying.
I agree.
And by the way, I'm not even joking when I say fear the beard, baby. Fear the beard, dude. Sometimes it just
not a beard.
takes it. Hey, I mean, listen, you have
That's a good point.
perfect beard, right? But what I'm saying is, dude, there's power in your hair. I mean, I'm more powerful than Tony. I'm over here with this beautiful wavy gravy, baby. I'm fucking chilling. Maybe Sam Darnold. All he had to do was grow out that beard, and he's feeling manly, baby. What's up? Sometimes you just have to find your swag, and I'm hoping that that's what today represented. Sam Darnold finding his fucking swag.
Greg, he has no idea what. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Honestly, I didn't even notice Sam Darnold had a beard. They mentioned in the man cave when we were watching the show, and I was like, he has a beard. It has to be.
I didn't notice it either, but I can't.
You know? I barely recognize Cody as a beard. You know.
Ouch.
Gee, baby, I couldn't.
Don't worry.
Gee, baby,
guess what?
Gee,
I
baby,
can't grow
I couldn't
even
run
a
if I
mustache,
wanted
man.
to.
It's okay. I can't grow hair, so if it makes you feel any better.
Then I can. Next call.
What it do, boys? It's your boy Mike, aka Oh man, sweet Caroline. God dang. Hey, somebody go get that man Russ. One of them danger witches. That man. Oh man, so sad. That's a sad story they got going on in Denver. Somebody go split a Subway sandwich with that man. But be careful. It's spicy.
Didn't mean to show that.
Oh, what a shit show they got going on. But man,
nothing.
Let's talk about my man Sammy Dimebag.
What I missed?
Goddamn. Look at him. Fucking double dribbling into the end zone. Hats off to that dude, man. You know, I was one of them. We was all one of them. Ragged on that man so hard, and he done came back and he did his job. I was so proud of that dude. He came out there, did his job. I guess he learned a lot sitting in the sidelines, sitting on the sidelines.
Make a giant mistake, which he almost threw. Like what Sam Darnold does is just throws a pick six every game.
It's a good day in Panther Nation. Keep it pounding.
He didn't do that this week.
We apologize, Sammy. We apologize. I'm sorry, my dude. We love you. Panther Pride till I die.
Oh my gosh, who did this? The internet always
great.
Wins.
I love it though.
Do you think that's what he was doing?
Yes. And I love it, dude. Fuck the Broncos.
You really think that's what he's doing?
Oh hell yeah, that's what he's doing. Are you kidding me?
Why are they making fun of Russ for doing this? What?
Because Russ does shit, man. Russ does dumb shit.
Nerd.
Doing
he's a
high,
nerd
high
and he's
knees
a
and stuff.
My
Up and down
mom
the
would say
plane.
this is Christian persecution. That's what my mother would say.
Poor him.
She would. She would say this is.
No, come on, man.
That's what she would say.
He'll be all right.
Y'all are trying to shame a good person.
No. What, you're a good person by doing this?
He's a tool.
No, I'm just trying to make
just claiming that you're about
come on now.
Claiming that you're about God all the time doesn't make you a good person.
Right.
And by the way, no one likes him. His teammates don't like him, Tony.
Name him.
No one
right
likes him.
Tell
This
us
dude
how he's
is
terrible.
This dude is no one wants to be around him. He's so ungenuine. And yeah, he got his ass kicked today, and he had his own defensive lineman yelling at him. Bro,
I think it's disingenuous, but
he's a cornball.
inauthentic, maybe.
Cody's
But here's
right,
the thing:
though.
is what's awesome about this whole thing is that I'm trying to bring this like part of the discussion in, and for his entire life, from maybe 08, whenever he was at NC State, I hate it. Just did not like. I don't like the word hate, but yeah, I hated Russell Wilson. And this is what I always used to say when he was a rookie, maybe the first 3 years. Remember when we were like beating them like, or it's like 15-12, or they beat us 17-13, or whatever the hell it was. We had the best defenses, and that was his first 3 years in the league. He would just throw up these prayers, man. You just throw these balls up to the heavens. And I always used to be like, Jesus loves some damn Russell Wilson. Because he answers this dude's prayers. And now I don't know if he loves him anymore.
No.
Yeah.
God has forsaken him. And you're still defending him. How very
I'm not defending him now. I'm just defending sinners.
No, yeah, you are. Now you're forsaken out here.
I gotta highlight this right here. Let me go back and check this out. G Baby says in the chat he's got $100 set right here. $100.
This
says
is about our over under.
Who wants it?
$100. KG73.
Who wants it?
Hey,
G Baby, I got you. I got you, G Baby. I'll take that. We won't win another game. I'll take that.
Wow.
So if we win
Well,
one
and
more
then,
game,
He's got a handshake right there. I think he's taking it.
Well, look,
I'll take
hold
that.
on. I'm talking to KG73s who also took the deal. So he might be paying out hundreds to people.
Yeah,
y'all.
I will take that. I'm like I said, we may not win 4 more games, but we're going to win 1 more game. I will take
Gee,
that.
baby,
But
you're on
what?
your
I may be
emotions
paying,
right now.
I may be paying $100 that soon. I'm not sure,
See,
but I will take
we
that.
should have hit him with that 2.5. I think 2.5 is the line that Vegas. I think we could have gotten these guys with it.
Everybody's taking the bet with G Baby.
everybody's taking it.
G Baby, you better chill, bro. You might not want to bet with your emotions on this one, dog.
$1,000.
By the way,
later.
talk about it. A couple of Panthers coaches are leaving the staff to go to Nebraska with Rule.
Who?
Gosh.
Are you lying?
No, 100%. It was just reported on by
who?
By Joe Person. It's going to be, or not Joe Person. It was oh gosh, where was it?
I always want to know.
Oh yeah, it was Joe Person. It was defensive line coach Terrence Knighton and strength coach Corey Campbell.
Okay.
It could be other departures, but those are the
Smart.
first two.
No, I mean, but smart. I mean, they're gonna get axed. You know, they're not gonna have a job next year where they're at now.
Yeah, why
Might as well
not?
go. All right, let's go to the next one.
It's not like there were some big players. Yeah.
Hey, is it swinging Sammy or rolling Sammy? That's the question you gotta ask.
Bro.
Either way, they look real good today. Defense looked good. Offense looked good. Even Chuba Hubbard looked good.
He did.
Punt return? Maybe not. But we won.
He's gonna win 10.
Real good. And Russell Wilson
No, G Baby's
is a
gonna pay
product
10 grand.
of the system of Pete Carroll. Super win. Playoffs, here we come.
Hey, here we go.
All right.
Was that it?
Yeah. The thing about the Sam Darnold, we're sitting here celebrating his 11 for 19 or whatever it is. Now, I do want him to. I'm ready to give him an opportunity, and I don't think these other guys I'm kind of encouraged in some light, but that fumble on the goal line, guys, that is 1,000% Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
that's. I mean and the fact that he rolled into it and got a touchdown, that's just luck. That's just wonderfulness. But that's the problem, bro. The game was on the line. The game was on the line, and the thing he did is they just fumbled the snap.
I feel like
that's the problem,
yeah,
bro.
I mean, no, you're 100% correct. Better. I'm not abandoning the context, Tony. He hasn't played football since last year.
Okay, that's
he has
fine.
not started a game this year. So again, there is a rhythm, there is a timing, there is continuing to build stuff with your team. And by the way, I think that out of all we've said tonight, we have not heaped enough praise on the offensive line. Like, dude, these guys are pushing people around. They really are. How long have we been chanting "build the wall" on this damn podcast?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, dude, this is
This
it.
line,
We have
this
the
line is
wall.
awesome. This line is
It
very
is.
good. And are there any? Did you guys see the brace that's on Moten's arm? You know the thing, the metal things they wear on the knee. He's wearing one on his right arm. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before. I'm not saying it wasn't there, but I don't remember.
I think he's had that for a minute. I could be wrong. I think I've seen.
I just wonder is this is like you know, it's quick. We're always trying to find somebody to go after on the team. And Moten's not having the greatest season so far. I just don't know. I don't know. I wonder if injury has anything to do with it. We'll see. The number is 252-228-5098. Let's go to the next call.
This is me, C-Dog.
My man just hit that big Dutch master.
Great win today. Steve Wilson has his team going in the right direction. I was very pleased with Sam Darnold's play today as a quarterback. It seems like everybody plays well under Steve Wilson until Baker Mayfield bum ass. But anyways, defense balled out today. Brian Burns has 10 sacks and counting this year. We need to trade Dante Jackson in the offseason. Defense was good with or without Dante Jackson. And he's always missing tackles and he's always fucking hurt. But if we can, we need to trade Dante Jackson because we overpaid him. So if we can just trade him for anything, I don't give a fuck if it's a 4th round pick. Get his ass up out of here. Keep Steve Wilkes as the head coach. I really don't want to draft a quarterback. We'll see. He still got some games left. Still could win this division because the Falcons and Buccaneers lost today. You know, I'm cool with sticking with Matt Corral. I really don't need an all-star, superstar quarterback with his defense. Just go out here and don't fuck up. And Matt Corral has a quick release and he's a mobile quarterback. But with that being said, whenever you come in here, make sure you hit the motherfucking like button. Make sure you subscribe. These guys up here every Friday, every goddamn Tuesday, and they got the goddamn game simulation, you know. So I feel real good. Hold on, somebody got that good shit.
Right. All right, C-Dog, first look. Oh, wait.
Oh, goddamn. Goddamn Rocco Pat. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. Shout out to all the goddamn co-hosts of the C3 podcast. I hope everybody have a great day today. You know what I'm saying? We got a bye week next week. After that, we're going to try to keep stacking up these motherfucking wins. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to G-Baby the GOAT. Everybody have a great day and goddamn let's keep pounding, man. We got them wins together, man. You know what I'm saying? We might come in the division. We never know this shit wide fucking open. You know what I'm saying? You know,
that's what I'm saying.
Right now, you know, because we haven't been excited, you know, really until we got them let Matt Rule go. You know, but anyways, man, everybody have a great day. Keep pounding. Hit the goddamn like button and make sure you subscribe.
Bro, C-Dog vacillates between like super intense and chill as fuck.
Yeah.
Depends on where he's at in the session. Yeah.
It's like, hey, I want to fuck y'all up, but just remind you, chill out.
But it's funny to me that him and G-Baby, like they love each other, but they do not agree on almost anything. I mean, like, really, almost anything.
I feel like, gosh, C-Dog, man, he's like so intense, but it's the most mellow low you get at the end. G-Baby is probably
a lot of money. I think
C-Dog would go crazy around G-Baby in real life, though. He'd be like, "You're exhausted as fuck, man. We gotta smoke 9 more of these things before I can talk to you." Next call.
Hey, this is Panther Pickle. I want to shout out the fools out there in the listening world that said J.C. Horn needs to be traded because he suck. Yeah, fool. Everybody needs to be traded. First games of the regular season. Everybody needs to be traded. Fool. Won't you shut your mouth and learn football? But you can't. Because
Wonder who
you're
he's
too busy
talking to.
crying. That's all you do all day long. Cry, cry, cry. You ain't never happy about nothing. You show up to C3, all these shows, and all you do is cry and bitch, cry and bitch, cry and bitch. That's all your bitch ass does.
Damn.
Won't you shut up and learn some football?
Wow.
And yeah, you're right. You are right about one thing. Yeah. That was a rub route because DJ Moore rubbed Patrick Surtain clear out of this damn game. Patrick Surtain learned what a real wide receiver was today.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, he's got more to
He's
go.
cutting deep, man.
This is Panther Pickle. Go Panthers. And if you're upset because the Panthers win, you are not a Panther fan. I don't give a rat's ass who you are or how many shoes you got on or how many times you pull up your britches. You are not a Panther fan if you are pissed off because we won. Goodbye, keep pounding, and have a great day.
There you go. Give the applause. I like it.
Pickle's best call of all time.
Pickle shooting.
And that's
fire
passion
ball.
right there,
bro.
too. That's a different kind of passion right there, you know?
Yep.
Yo,
Hey,
bro,
we
that shit was
can't.
fire, bro. Actually,
actually,
swear on my life, that shit was fire. Keep the shit up, bro.
Like,
we're
keep on.
we're gonna be big fans of you, bro.
We love passion, man.
Wow.
Bring that passion. Bring that
Oh my
fandom.
God.
We
Not
need
like
it.
that. Shit went after it, bro.
You know what would be really hysterical? If somebody went and edited that call into the post-game show after the Washington win when Cody was pissed off that we won. And just use that.
Shut up, CK. Get out of here.
All right,
Things
let's go to the
change.
next-
I'm not
Times
advocating for that.
change.
Let's go to
Yeah,
the
you're kind
next
of
call.
Hey, this is Jared. I'm a Denver Bronco fan. I've been following your guys' YouTube channel due to PJ Walker and his development because I've been a fan of the XFL in 2020. And
What's up,
hopefully he's back up for you guys. But I want to talk about the Broncos game. Russell Wilson, that has been a historically horrible trade. It's right there with Herschel Walker. I think he's getting paid like $250 million plus dollars with $100 million plus guaranteed. And then they extended him some more years after without even doing another snap, doing his first snap. So management's been made a horrible call on that. And then you guys have been fantastic with Deontay Foreman. DJ Moore's doing his thing. Sam Darnold looks pretty darn good for his start today. So you guys are looking all right. Hopefully you guys can win the division, and I'm looking forward to your guys' show weeks from now. So thanks, guys. Later.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that, man.
That's Cody's favorite type of call. Call from another.
Yeah, I
fan base.
love fans from other teams, man. We appreciate you contributing to the C3 podcast with your opinion, man. We hope you come back too. We try and build a community where people can just come and hang out and talk football. And dude, that is bad. If it ends up being as bad of a trade as the Herschel Walker trade was, that's crazy. It's Russell Wilson's so bad, dude.
I thought his
you know what?
contract was almost fully guaranteed.
I thought
which
so
I
too, to
think
be honest.
is more the
It's 184,
problem.
I think.
Is
out of
it
250.
okay?
Yeah.
So I mean, like I thought it was close to the Deshaun Watson numbers, not the same, but close to it. Either way, the picks, all of this. Imagine if Deshaun Watson doesn't work out. If Deshaun Watson tears his ACL, you could put it up as the worst trades. I think for me, it's not the trade part. I think it's just the sinking of the money and the trade altogether. And I wouldn't be just ready to give up entirely on Russell Wilson.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Well, you can't. If you're Denver, you can't.
Well, it's
You've already committed
impossible
for
now.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're impossible.
Even if
They
it's a bad year,
cannot.
you've got to support this guy no matter what. Like
they have him for 3 years.
At least 3. At least 3
this
years.
year, yeah. So
I feel bad for Bronco fans a little, even though I hate the Broncos so much. Like they, other than Peyton Manning coming to their team, like they seemingly never hit on a quarterback, even however many times they try. Like Paxton Lynch, then it was Drew Lock, Trevor Siemian. Like they go through the run of the mill with the quarterbacks, and we know how that feels. Bad for him a little bit. But then it's the Broncos, and I'm like, I'm salty.
Yeah, I'm not
from that
cheering for
Super
another
Bowl
team to
loss.
have to feel good. Let's put it
all
that
right,
way. Yeah.
let's go to the next call.
How many calls we got? 2, 3?
Yo, this is Fade. I gotta say, Cody's right. Matt Corral is still on the team. I like my rookie quarterback sitting 4 years, so his unfortunate injury did help him out a lot. He gets to read the playbook. He gets to do everything a good quarterback does, which is sit there and watch. But I'm pretty sure we are going to draft another quarterback. Hopefully it's not in the top 10, preferably. But yeah, I wouldn't say today was a good win or a great win. It was a okay win. We won, but Broncos are worse than us. So, hey, we're still a game behind. We got this. Get those playoffs.
All right,
Keep pounding.
Let's keep rocking. We got a couple calls left.
C3 Panthers podcast. Bronco fan calling here from Colorado. Shouts out for your team for kicking my team's ass all up and down the field.
Look at this.
Just had to, say a shout out to that. And it was kind of interesting. Saw a Panther fan here in my county of Colorado, in Summit County, this, ski town. And I saw him wear his Panther gear, and we're talking about the game. And neither of us could really say, who was going to win, but I hope that guy's happy wherever he's at. Keep pounding.
Wow.
Hey, awesome call.
That might.
I like that.
Dude, these Broncos fans have been
top
notch.
They've been cool.
They've been top notch.
Cool.
It's why I have a hard time hating the Broncos, because the Broncos have good fans. And, I've watched football for a long, long time. The Broncos gave me some of the best years of my life watching football back in the Terrell Davis, Shannon Sharp era. Like, that was some of the best football I've ever seen.
Oh, man, I love Jake Plummer.
So it's hard to hate the Broncos, even though they did beat us in Super Bowl 50. But, I mean, I will take the Broncos over.
They were headhunting Cam.
Over the Cowboys.
Bro, the reason we don't like
Bucks,
we don't like your team is they were headhunting Cam.
Yeah.
That's it. But these callers,
the fans are cool, though. They're numerous. Like, the Eagles, 100%. They're numerous and they suck. Whereas Broncos, they're numerous and they're pretty cool.
That's cool.
I guess that's
very new.
Yeah, when you live in a state where there's legalized weed, I guess you're probably pretty.
The first state there was legalized weed. That's right. The first state. Yeah. So,
man, the Panthers were pretty good today, but I understand they're kind of struggling too on their own right. Are they any good? And look, there was a lot of expectations that we all had for the Broncos going into this season, and expectations kind of temper all of that stuff. But now you're worrying about, is Russell enough? Is that Herschel Walker? That's crazy when you start already thinking that. So,
we're in a
at
what
least
do you do for me now type world,
Yeah.
If you don't do it for me now, then I don't want you.
Here we go. We're gonna get these last calls because Cody is hungry.
Hey man, it's White Chocolate Espresso. Yeah, man, I said on the Friday free for all, watch out for Sam. Like, he might ball out. Like,
he
finally got an offensive line around. That's cool. I think, but I'm with Greg kind of with this. Like, Baker didn't have a running game. Sam did. PJ had a running game. I think if Carolina can't run the ball, we're not going to win. Doesn't matter who's that quarterback. If we're not running the ball, we're not going to win at all.
Agreed.
Fuck, dude, I came so close to winning $1,300. It hurt.
Oh man,
I won $600. But I got it was 11 yards, $1,300 right there. Fucking Jaguars go for 2. Fuck Trevor Lawrence. Oh, speaking of Trevor Lawrence and Clemson. Hey, Cody. How'd you like the game
Oh,
Saturday?
dude.
I know how you liked
You
it.
can't bring me down.
I don't know who's the worst quarterback, Russell Wilson or DJ.
Yeah,
I don't know who played worse.
Dude, y'all are so
Yes, my son.
Keep your
Yes, my
bitch ass
son.
school with that
Oh,
bitch ass
just
coach
shut up.
and that bitch ass conference called the ACC.
Oh, I
Keep
can't
my
say that.
quarterback's
I love the
name
ACC.
out your fucking mouth. Hey.
But I love ACC
Yo,
basketball. So
you're not bringing me down with your troll ass. Yeah, my Tigers suck. You won by a point. This will be the equivalent of y'all winning a fucking champion in years, and you still won't come close to winning one. So enjoy it, enjoy it. I'm a sad Tiger, but I'm a happy Panther, baby. You ain't.
Kev, we gotta keep his
oh, that's
name
the
out our
Jordan
mouth. We
crying
can't
tiger.
pronounce it.
Oh.
That's the
Right?
point. Here we go.
Hey, I don't know. I just don't want to get ahead of ourselves here.
Sure.
I feel like we had the same vibes when PJ pulled out some good wins there.
We did.
Just being cautious. Anyway, a win is always awesome to see, and hopefully we see some more. Take care.
All right. Last couple of seconds.
What's up, guys? This is Chase. How about them Gamecocks? Suck it,
Oh.
Cody.
Wow.
Russell Wilson looks like Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
Oh, man. We're playing ourselves out of a quarterback. Oh, hope they can make some pre-draft or draft day magic coming up to get a quarterback. Suck it, Cody. Go Gamecocks.
There you go. One more.
Assholes.
Nah,
Assholes.
you
A lot
gotta,
of
you gotta live with it.
What's up, D3? What it do, baby? It's Anthony from Charlotte. Just went to the game today. Had a blast. Couple thoughts from the game.
That was his first
One, I'm
call,
going to
I
say
think.
this first off.
Did we already hear this one? All right.
No, so the last
He
call
had
we
a
had,
call. Yeah, it was 11 minutes
Okay.
left, I think.
All right.
Right?
Those are all the calls. So I try to mix up a little newer ones with where you're not listening to only ones that came in at 4:00. So anyway, those are all the cat calls. The number's 252-228-5098. We'll be here on Tuesday night live at 9 p.m. for all the remainder of the calls. If I am circling back to this game, I know that a lot of us are going to want to focus on Sam Darnold. I'm really intrigued about how this defense is continuing to find ways to be pretty good. I'm not saying dominant because there's some moments they were giving up some chunk runs.
Mm-hmm.
They got helped out by a flag
every down.
Right.
Know?
They got helped out by a flag here or there or something to that effect. But the defense is really kind of showing some resolve to me after that Baltimore game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's my last thought about the kind of team. I don't want to over focus on just Sam Darnold and the quarterback, but I think Jeremy Chin is noticeably a help,
a difference maker.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
would you like something to make you feel a little bit happier?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you were going to say what I was going to say.
Alvin Kamara fumbled on the 1 yard line. And it was recovered by the San Francisco 49ers. They're down 13-0, and they were driving. They were about to pull within a one possession game, and they're in the fourth quarter.
I'm telling you, bro, we are not out of the NFC South. And that's why at the end of this, and keep laughing, Tony, at the end of the season, I'm going to put my proverbial nuts on your forehead and just let them hang. I'll be like, oh, ye of little faith, how dare you disobey the keep pounding amendment.
And he just said we're not out of. So what does that mean? For you to put your nuts on my face, it has to be more than just a playoff berth. That's what it is.
No, are you kidding me?
No,
if he says we're not out of the NFC South division, then that means that all we have to do is win the division.
He can put his little
win the
tadpole
division.
nuts on my face.
No, my big fucking
if you
cojones,
win.
my big goddamn coconuts I'm growing over here, laying right on your forehead. Dude, I'm ready to go, man. I keep pounding.
I know G Baby better look into some
All right.
tax write-offs for this bet he just made because about
Oh,
30
yeah.
people in the chat took that, and all
All
you
right.
need is
So the
one more win.
Panthers are going to the playoffs. That's what you're telling me.
I'm
That's
saying
what y'all.
let's do it.
I said at the beginning of the
Let's
show,
go.
I'm putting
All
full
right,
faith
all
in the
right.
fact that we're going to playoffs right now. I don't care. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
believe in
I'm telling you, with $20 on the line to get as much money as I'm talking about, man, I'm right there with you.
I'm about to go make the same
Yeah.
bet.
But
I'm gonna take the
like-
$100 G Baby gives me, and I'm gonna make the same bet.
It might be a
For the
lot.
$100.
Can I just like
Yeah.
punch y'all in the face if I win though? I mean, like
Yeah.
you get to put your nuts on my face. Like
You hit like a bitch anyway, so sure, why not?
Oh God.
Jeez.
What are you, Tony's wife?
I know. I'm already been taking body
He's a
blows
Baker
all.
bottom. He's
Oh
a
my
Baker
gosh.
bottom. That's how I know.
I'll come after
Tony.
this guy. You guys, if you have any last points, bring them up. We need to do tell a shame and dab on them. I mean, I can drag this show out for hours and hours. Like I can fight.
No,
Cody,
no,
if
no.
you
I want to
me
make
to.
one
So,
point.
yeah.
I was just saying that touchdown throw by Sam Darnold to DJ Moore was beautiful.
It was very nice.
Super good. All right, so last week we lost, so we started positive and ended negative. This week we got that W, so we start low and end real high. Let's do that. Tower fan.
Hey, speaking of W's, real quick, Cody, I'm up 101 to 86 right now in fantasy, and I have Deontay Johnson to play tomorrow, and you have Fiera, whatever they tied in for.
All right, yeah, you got your W.
I got you.
I'm still. I'm
Speaking
still
of
taking
L's, is what he
Started
talking
1 and
about.
5. Started 1 and 5, about to be 6 and 6. So
Enjoy your victory, sir.
Let's roll, Carolina Panthers to the damn Super Bowl, Greg.
Who is shaming? Who is shaming?
Who we shaming? I'll go first. Can I shame Russell
Please.
Wilson?
Do
I
shame
drafted this
everyone.
guy in both my fantasy leagues. I thought he was going to be the guy this year. I thought it was a steal. They talk about quarterbacks whenever they fall off. Whenever they fall off, it's very quick. It was insanely quick for Russell Wilson. I have no faith that he will come back and be a good quarterback in this league. I think his career is done based on this year. He has shown me no signs of being able to be a comparable quarterback this year, and he's lost his team. So, yeah, tell a shame to Russell Wilson. Like, you're garbage, dude. What happened?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with albeit a legal hit, a legal thing that these offensive linemen and tight ends are allowed to do. That low blow on Brian Burns by the tight end from the Broncos. I can't even remember his name. I think it's hard to pronounce anyway. Was so dirty.
Dulcich.
And anytime anybody does something like that, there's one intention, and that is it. And that is to take him out of the game. There is no other reason for that. Right. So that's absolutely dirty. Again, it is legal. It's something that was a topic of discussion. It can, one of those very I guess something that people would argue about early on in the preseason when a rookie, the Giants rookie, defensive end, Cody, you'd have to tell him his name. I can't remember it. Was
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, when he was when he had that same thing happen to him by Randy Moss's son, and basically looked like it could have been a season-ending injury. And so those are legal hits, but absolutely anybody who does it, you're just garbage.
Yeah, tell a shame.
It's like pulling somebody's hair down.
Yeah,
it's legal.
I mean,
but you're an asshole if you do it.
I should put the towel of shame on Tony for being such a sourpuss all the damn time. But what I'll actually do is I'll put it on the head of Patrick Surtain. Get owned, baby. DJ Moore is your father. Okay, he is your father. You are his son. Gladly accept your towel of shame and move on. Not only is DJ cooking you, but my corner is better than you anyway, baby. And his name is JC Horn. Towel of shame, baby. Let's go.
My talent shame goes to Baker Mayfield, who was the first overall draft pick, which I know is tough going to Cleveland and doing all of that, but a lot of people thought the Browns were foolish. They jumped up and picked Baker at 1 instead of some other people. But boy, Baker Mayfield was given a reasonable leash in Carolina, a reasonable opportunity under 2 coaches, and just never could do anything. And in 2 games, one by PJ Walker and one by Sam Darnold, he should not probably be fielded for a contract next year, which sucks. I thought I didn't think this was coming anyway. Talent shame. Baker Mayfield, sadly.
Yeah, talent shame. Hey, I never liked him, so no more
Not
Baker
even about
Bottom.
like or dislike, man. It's like that's it. I mean, like he had plenty of
He
opportunity.
had his chance.
Yeah, he blew
had
it.
his chance.
He blew it. Yeah.
He blew it. Yeah, he absolutely blew it. Hope you already know what we're about to do. We're about to dab on them folks.
I just like doing it, man. Dab on them folks. Dab on them folks. And that dab on them folks. They like seeing it. Tell me what to do. Dab on them folks.
Who wants to go first?
This is our segment where we dab on some fools. It is our homage to Cam Newton, to the star of the show, the celebrity of the show, who deserves the dab this week. Who's got it first?
I'll go real quick. Just I feel bad about the way I've been talking about him for the season, but based on what he's done today and the rest of the season, I've got to dab on Brian Burns, man. You're my next jersey. I was trying to decide between you and Jeremy Chin, and after today, it's you, buddy. Like Julius Peppers is my all-time favorite Panther. Prove me wrong. Like, give me a new guy to pull for. I think you can do it in your career,
brother.
You can do it in your career.
He said, "Prove me wrong."
Prove me wrong.
Oh my God! Hell yeah!
And make
I can't
me your
wait.
favorite defensive player. Like, I would love to see it. I think he can do it. If he, with his projection in his career, the way he's playing, he can be an all-time better player than Julius Peppers was. If he plays well.
Oh my God!
Hey,
You've
let
been
that man.
It's not likely, but it can happen.
Let him dab, man.
Yeah.
Said he could be.
He could
come
be.
on, Cody.
He probably won't, but he could.
Go
be.
smoke this peyote and then come on here and say these statements after one game.
Yeah.
All right.
I like
who's next?
I can go.
Who you got, bro?
So I'm gonna dab on. I'm gonna tell Sam to dab on him. Man, Sam Darnold came in here. Listen, I'm gonna take you back to training camp and let you know what this guy's been dealing with. He's been dealing with us talking about trading for Deshaun Watson. He was dealing with us trading for Baker Mayfield. He's dealt with the quarterback battle that wasn't really a battle in the training camp. He dealt with fans just straight up booing him and avoiding even saying his name, not even asking for autographs or nothing. Like, it was Baker the entire time, right? Dude gets hurt in a preseason game that meant nothing. And he sees this team fall apart. He comes in here. He knows this is his last shot to show the world that he can be a quarterback in the league. Now, again, nobody's crowning him as a franchise guy just yet, right? He could turn it on and show that given the perfect circumstance, he could be a Ryan Tannehill, right? But I'm giving Sammy Darnold the dab on him pick because he came in here when Baker was given a very generous opportunity and did more than what Baker was able to do. His counterpart, the guy who was supposed to be better than him, and he came in here and he showed that he was the better quarterback.
I agree.
So I think mine is apt in honor of the Gamecocks beating my Clemson Tigers. I feel like there's just no other answer for me to give. I'm down. And you know what? You don't hear that man's name during the broadcast because at least Russell Wilson's dumbass name knows. What?
He said J.C. Horn.
Right. Dude, J.C. Horn is my dab on the pit. You don't ever hear his name called because he's shutting everything down. No one goes his way, and he is a shut down corner. and I will hear no more of we should like. There are people on Twitter that are convinced that we messed up and that we should have taken either one Justin Fields or number two Patrick Surtain. And as more and more time goes on, dude, J.C. Horn is a lockdown, shut down corner. I'm dabbing on that man. Dab on it, folks.
My dab on him is the trifecta of Bradley Bozeman, Austin Corbett, and Deontay Foreman in that interior rushing game. I know Brady Christensen had 2 holding penalties against him. I think only one of I know one of them was a bullshit ticky-tack call, so I don't think that flag should have been thrown on him. But that interior rush, gorgeous, succulent,
Superb.
beautiful, beautiful. And my outside dab up on pick is that if we can't get a quarterback this year or next year, that JJ McCarthy kid who carved up OSU, he's 19 years old from Michigan, bro. The Michigan quarterback is 19. He is a real freshman. He can't even be drafted for 2 more years, bro.
Same way with Cade May.
Yeah.
I think this dude is like, if you go back and watch, this kid just fucking annihilate Ohio State.
Dude, Caleb Williams is the shit too, man. And that's another thing. Don't get
you need to go
don't
watch.
get tricked up on a quarterback.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying I'm not this or that. I'm telling you, I watched this dude do something. He did a real thing.
No,
And when I say a real thing, it would be like this, is that if we went and played Call of Duty with CK and we're like, oh, blah, 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 and then we suck 98% of the time, this motherfucker threw like 7 kills, CK, and 3 assists. He had 5 touchdowns. I'm telling you, like JJ McCarthy, 19, bro, in the biggest stage in the history that you can be on the road. This guy is gonna, you know what? You thought Trevor Lawrence was gonna make you, what hard.
Lord. I know he isn't.
All right, let's just keep an eye on him. Did you not watch it? No, you didn't.
Yeah, I was watching my game.
We can't pronounce his name.
I was watching my
Let's
game
get the hell
and I
out
was
of
watching
here.
USC.
Yo, this Seattle-Las Vegas game is 34-34 with a minute 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Las Vegas just came and tied it.
Hey, the Chargers are trying to win the game on.
They're always trying to lose the game. The Chargers always try to lose the game at last second, Cody.
Yeah.
When have you
Chargers
not learned
just got
this?
that 2-point conversion. They're up 25-24.
But they always.
Oh, they did.
They did get it. They're up 25-24. Yep.
But hey, man, before we get out of here, dude, hit that like, hit that subscribe.
No, we got a couple of things. We got to do the fundraiser. We're gonna.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. We gotta touch on a couple of things. The first thing is thank you for hanging out with us. The number is 252-228-5098. We'll be back here Tuesday night live 9 p.m. You can call in. We're going to do 1 call per phone number. That's how it goes on Tuesday nights. We will field your calls as well. Leave a message. Check us out on Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher. Smash the thumbs up button. Leave a comment. And Cody, I mean, bro, them Clemson Tigers be strong.
Yeah, we need Dabo should have made Cade Klubnik the starter the first game that DJ got benched.
All right,
But,
so how do we get after you?
Man.
Plug what we got to plug.
Yeah,
plug all your things.
Yeah. So find me on Twitter.
Yes.
Find me on Twitter at Cody Lack, CODYLAC. I'm always going back and forth with somebody on Twitter. Draft Tech, there will be a brand new mock draft for the Carolina Panthers this Wednesday. There's going to be a brand new one. And then every Friday at 7 p.m., you can be a part of the cult of Friday Free for All, baby. That's right. We got a real cult. Come be a part of it. It feels good, dude. And we're basically a cult that really likes the Carolina Panthers. and we just hang out and chill, and you can be a part of the single Friday, like on it, like how we're on the show right now. You can actually be a podcaster yourself every Friday, 7 p.m. Friday free for all. Come hang out.
Greg, we're also on the bye week this week. We got the Tuesday show. We do not have a post game next week, but more importantly than the post game, we do at 4:30. We're congregating here on Sunday to support the Bradley and Nikki Bozeman Foundation. What are we going to try to do every year, Greg, on the bye week, and try to bring the community and Panther fans? And I think that's what this podcast tries to do: lock arms, bring community together.
Look, it's going to be really fun, man. I've got a bunch of trivia planned. I've got a couple of fantasy drafts that we're going to do on the here. I've got a few fans from the show that come on the Friday Free for All, and just fans in the chat room that we're going to talk to come on the show and do appearances for different things. It's going to be a really good time, and it's for a really, really good cause. You know, I've always wanted to do a charity drive with my podcast. My podcast has like 86 subscribers on YouTube and like 4 viewers a week. So like it's not nearly big enough, but with this platform, what we're doing here, we can really do some damage and really, really help some people out that need it. So I wanted to say too, G baby, I know you took that bet with me and a bunch of other people, and this will be after the bye week because we're going to win in Seattle. When we do, take that 100 you owe me and give it to this charity. I'd rather have you give it to this charity than give it to me. So,
like that. You're
Yeah.
$100 in the tax exemption hole.
There you go.
baby.
And you can write it off as a tax exemption. Exactly.
There you go.
But
All right.
beyond that, you can find me at the BatDaddy52 on Twitter. It's my personal handle. You can also check me out at GCS Podcast, Geese Chasing Squirrels Across the Multiverse. We go live every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think this Friday we're short on shows. So Cody and Kevin, White Chocolate Espresso.
Oh, I'm ready for Peripheral too. Count me in.
Well, if you want to come off Peripheral, it's cool. But we're going to have a big Game of Thrones episode where we're going to talk about Game of Thrones. I'm 5 seasons in. By this weekend, I'll be
I
about
got
7
enough.
seasons
I've
in.
watched enough of you. Then
You should come on and check it out. Seriously, but it's going to be a good time. And like I
Overrated.
said, White
Don't
Chocolate
invite
Espresso.
him.
Kevin's going to be there because
Don't invite him.
overrated.
No, nobody.
Nah, it's overrated.
Don't
Most
invite him.
overrated show
Nobody.
ever.
Nobody
Most
wants him to be a
overrated
part
show.
of our Game of Thrones discussion. Don't invite him.
Come on, why don't
invite
you
him.
just bring in one of
Game of
those
Thrones,
dick bombers
fucking
into our
watch it.
show and then just make it interesting?
Dude, you are. Greg invited you, but I'm uninviting you. You're not.
Oh, totally there.
Okay. But check it out. It's going to be a fun time.
How did we
Did you
lose
just kick
my...
Cody? Just kick Tony out?
No, I didn't even do
I
that.
was about to say, did you just kick Tony out? What
Yes,
the hell?
you did.
No, I didn't.
I didn't do
No,
that.
I didn't. I didn't
Yes,
do
you
that
did.
either. I swear to God. I
CK
swear on
did it.
everything. I did
Look
not
at
take you
CK.
out just now.
Look, CK did.
CK
CK is the one.
Look.
Oh, stop.
I'm trying to do my best Game of Thrones impersonation, just trying to create turmoil amongst
Somebody
the
else.
ranks.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what it feels like to me right now? It feels like it's 2:00 in the morning.
All right.
It does. It does. It's weird.
I can't wait till Tuesday to dethrone all y'all bitches.
I'm undefeated. I've never lost. What you mean?
I just dethroned. Actually, you just lost, Cody.
You
just
he
lost.
always
Ah,
does
shut
You
that.
just lost.
All right. Can we get the hell out? Who else? CK. We're gonna
Yeah,
go
so-
play some Warzone or something later.
What's that?
I'm
Yeah, we
ready.
can always do that,
Let's go
man.
do it.
I'm always down for that. You guys also can go check out. We just did a Madden simulation last night. They've been accurate for the most part. Last night did not prove to be an accurate representation of what we saw today. But we did a new format. We've got a higher quality video, so now you're actually being able to watch it in 2K or 1440p. And that way you get a little bit more of the game and less of the commentators. We've got ourselves smaller on the screen, and it just seems like all around it's going to give us a little bit more flexibility to do some things in the future. So just keep an eye out for that. The bye week's going to be interesting. I don't know. We might just take this extra time to improve the Madden simulation. So just keep your eye out for that Seattle game. We do it the Saturday before the game. So it's usually around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We do it live, but you can always go back and watch the VODs before the game at 1 o'clock the following day.
Fantastic stuff. Check me out on Twitter at @_Chronicles will be here Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Longest running Panthers podcast on the internet, on the webs, on the audio waves. You best be with this community. If you're not, we'd love for you to join us. Cody, last name. Can we go and watch the late night game alone?
Yeah.
We absolutely can. But you know what we're gonna do until the next time we see each other?
We're gonna
keep pounding.